Range Managed IT Services gives you a full suite of data protection, including managed firewalls, next-gen endpoint protection, and staff training to keep your business safe. Let our experts take care of your company's cybersecurity so you can take care of business and live your West life. Visit range.net/managed services and protect your business today.
In a world full of pipes, they existed for over 100 years, getting to the source of humanity's plumbing problems. Now, in a toilet somewhere in the city, a terrible evil has been released. One man, one mission, one chance, and this time, it's for real. For showtimes and plumbing, call A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, 672-9454.
For Sheridan Media Sports, I'm Kevin Coyle with your Sheridan County High School football history report for Week 3 of 2025. Information courtesy Wyoming-football.com. For Sheridan at Cheyenne East, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Won the first meeting between the two teams in 1960, while Cheyenne East got its first win in 1961. Sheridan leads the series between the two teams 37-14, including the postseason, and has won the last 6. As far as games at Cheyenne East go, the series is tied at 9. Sheridan's longest winning streak versus Cheyenne East is 8, from 1980 to 1987, and from 2004 to 2013. No games played between 2005 to 2008. While Cheyenne East's longest win streak versus Sheridan is 3, from 2020 to 2022. Sheridan has shut out Cheyenne East 7 times, the last in last year's state championship game, while Cheyenne East has shut out Sheridan 2 times, the last in 1978. Sheridan's largest margin of victory versus Cheyenne East is 49 in 1984, 49 zip, while Cheyenne East's largest margin of victory versus Sheridan is 39 in 1961, which was the first time the two teams played at Cheyenne East, 39 zip. The most points that Sheridan has scored in a game versus Cheyenne East is 56 in 2009, 56-21, while the most points that Cheyenne East has scored in a game versus Sheridan is 51 in 2001, 51-48. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. For Bighorn at Newcastle, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Bighorn won the first meeting between the two teams in 2009, while Newcastle got its first win in 2011. BH leads the series 13-1, including the postseason, and has won the last 11. Newcastle's only win versus Bighorn was in 2011. As far as games at Newcastle go, leads the series 5-1. Bighorn's longest winning streak versus Newcastle is the current 11-game streak that started in 2012, no games played from 2017 to 2019, while Newcastle's longest win streak versus Bighorn is 1 in 2011. BH has shut out Newcastle 2 times, the last in 2021, while Newcastle has never shut out Bighorn. BH's largest margin of victory versus Newcastle is 49 in 2012, 55-6, and in 2015, 49 zip, while Newcastle's largest margin of victory versus Bighorn is 14 in 2011, 35-21. The most points that BH has scored in a game versus Newcastle is 59 in 2022, 59-26, while the most points that Newcastle has scored in a game versus Bighorn is 43 in 2013, lost 50-43. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. For Tongue River at Moorcroft, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Tongue River won the first meeting between the two teams in 1957, while Moorcroft got its first win in 1960. TR leads the series 34-22 and has won the last 2 and 5 of the last. As far as games at Moorcroft go, Tongue River leads the series 14-12. TR's longest winning streak versus Moorcroft is 9 from 1972 to 1980, while Moorcroft's longest win streak versus Tongue River is 5 from 1995 to 1999. TR has shut out Moorcroft 20 times, the last coming last year, while Moorcroft has shut out Tongue River 4 times, the last in 1998. TR's largest margin of victory versus Moorcroft is 62 in 1977, 62 zip, while Moorcroft's largest margin of victory versus Tongue River is 46 in 1990, 46 zip. The most points that TR has scored in a game versus Moorcroft is 62 in 77, 62-zip, while the most points that Moorcroft has scored in a game versus Tongue River is 51 in 1961, 51-27. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. With your Sheridan County High School Football History Report, I'm Kevin Coyle for Sheridan Media Sports.
Believe it or not, it's not too early to begin thinking about the upcoming holiday season, and Moss Holders can help you get your home ready for guests. Right now, all dining room and all bedroom furniture at Moss Holders is on sale. Whether you'd like to add seating to your kitchen or dining room or update a spare bedroom, now's the ideal time, as nearly every single special order will arrive in time for the holidays. Moss Holders has access to hundreds of dining and bedroom sets, so you can find the one that fits your style best. That's Moss Holders Bedroom and Dining Sale going on now. Moss Holders, furniture is our passion.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sport memorabilia, Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards, including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Hey, thanks a lot, Kevin, for the history report. The Bronx and T-Birds have been out on the field warming up for tonight's game, and we will take a look at the games going on around 4A, 3A, and 2A tonight as well in Class 4A. Obviously, this big one, number 1 Sheridan playing at East. That's a 6 o'clock kickoff. Natrona County will be playing at Campbell County tonight. That's a matchup of number 3 against number 4. Cheyenne South will play number 5 Cheyenne Central. And then Thunder Basin at Kelly Walsh and Rock Springs will play at Laramie. In Class 3A, the number 2 Cody Bronx will travel over the mountain and into Johnson County to take on the Buffalo Bison tonight. And in Class 2A, the Bighorn Rams, number 1 in Class 2A, they will travel to play at Newcastle. And the Tongue River Eagles will be at the Moorcroft Wolves. Coming up on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show, we will sit down with head coach Jeff Maui and see what he likes about tonight's matchup and what might give the Bronx problems tonight here in Cheyenne. You're listening to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 KWYO at 106.9 FM.
Loans can help people when they need money. Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union makes loans. So does that mean Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union helps people? You bet it does. That's what it's all about. When you're a credit union member, that means you're also an owner. And practically anyone in the Sheridan area can be a member by becoming a customer. At Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, located at 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
At the Sheridan Recreation District, they believe everyone deserves access to play, learn, and grow, no matter your age or ability to pay. As a nonprofit, they rely on community support for special projects like memorial tree donations and the Kendrick Park Pool. Your donations also support youth and adult scholarships that give the opportunity for everyone to participate in programs but may lack the funds to do so. To donate, visit SheridanRecreation.com. Thank you, Sheridan, for keeping recreation alive for everyone.
Hey folks, this is Caden Stoddard, proud member of the Sheridan College Rodeo Team, inviting you to the Pat Hamilton Memorial Rodeo September 26th to the 28th at Sheridan County Fairgrounds. Friday night, the action kicks off at 6. Saturday, join us at noon for a $15 barbecue that supports our rodeo team. Then stick around for more rodeo at 3. And don't miss the Short Go Finals Sunday. The rodeo is free and open to the public. We'll see you at the Sheridan College Pat Hamilton Memorial Rodeo.
Looking to get rewarded just for spending? With our You Choose debit cards reward program, you can earn points every time you swipe. Redeem your points for cashback, gift cards, travel, and more. It's your money. It pays to spend smarter. Enroll today and make your debit card work as hard as you do. Visit Security State Bank today and start earning with You Choose rewards at no cost to you. Security State Bank, small enough to listen, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
Well, we're here with Coach Maui on a Friday night, and Coach, as we get ready to go for this big one, it's kind of the one everybody had marked on the calendar, number 1 against number 2. Should be a fun one tonight, just looking at the way both teams have started the year.
Yeah, it is. Coach Goff's got his team rolling like he always does, and they're a solid football team. You watch their film, and they just don't make many mistakes, and they come out and they execute very cleanly. Different from a year ago, they have a different style of offense and a little bit a different defense, but it's the same Cheyenne East team we've seen in the last 10 years. Is very solid, play hard, very good athletes, and we're going to have to come out here and play our best.
They still seem to be going up tempo. What kind of problems does that cause our defense?
Yeah, we got to get plays in quick, and we've got to get aligned quick. They're on the ball quick, and they have the ability to get on the ball very quickly for 4 quarters. And that what they're trying to do is force our defense into a basic set. And so when we're in a basic set, it's easier to read. They can see what they want to see on their offensive end, and they can try to get the plays in they want to have. And so we've really got to be able to be in tune to the play calls, get those out there quick, let our kids line up and adjust. And we got to try to stay out of just a basic set in that tempo offense. We've got to get some different calls in to some different alignments and try to confuse them, because the faster that they go, it can confuse them as well if we put them in a different look.
They have a little speed, kind of like Sheridan does. We're kind of same type of ball clubs.
Yep.
They've got a very athletic quarterback that is probably more dual threat than you've seen in the last couple of years. He likes to run the ball when possible, and he throws a good ball. And they've got speed at the wideouts too.
Absolutely. Zawada is a name that many Sheridan people would recognize, and his grandfather lives here in Sheridan, and he's a great athlete. He played quarterback against us at home a year ago and rattled off 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. And he does that with speed and then flicking the ball out to some bubble screens late into a play. So he'll run some quarterback run game, and if we take that away, he flips it out to a bubble screen out on the edge, and then they're fast receivers. Keyshawn Brown is a running back they had from a year ago, all-state performer, that it plays now in the slot and at running back, and they'll direct snap it to him every once in a while as well. And he's a very, very fine athlete that gets downhill, and when he's out in open space, he's really hard to tackle. So got to be disciplined on the defensive end and keep them penned in, because at any time those two have a potential to make a big, big play.
So game plan going in is probably you guys want to sustain drives. We're kind of a high power at times as well, but you'd probably like to see us sustain some drives, keep their offense off the field.
Yeah, the only offensive drives that can be quick ones if they end in points. If they don't end in points, we've got to sustain the drive and at least change field position. If we can put 80 yards in front of their offense every time, I like our chances. But if we give them a short field, they're going to score points. So we've got to do a great job offensively, moving the ball, getting first downs. We'd like to finish with points every time, of course, but if we don't, we've got to change field position and put them with a long field in front of them.
Last week, got a few more athletes involved in the game plan a little bit, had a few more people touching the ball. Blaine obviously made a little bit of a difference coming in healthier, and he was excited to play, as we talked about in the post-game show. Kind of your game plan on the offensive side of the ball this week for us.
Yeah, we do get some guys back. Blaine was good to get back. Ryder Dillaway we got this week, but we got Cooper Lynn back in the lineup again. So some seniors that were unfortunately injured early in the season, and we're getting back. And anytime you can get seniors back on the field, it's a huge thing. It's their senior year. They've typically had a lot of experience on the field from previous years, and they're our leaders. And so to get those guys back is huge. It's exciting for them, and we're excited to have them back. Offensively, like we said, we just got to sustain drives. You're going to see a little bit of mixture of everything. Last week we were fortunate enough to be able to run the ball inside and outside, and we're efficient through the pass game. Yes, again, try to run the ball first. We're going to try to run the ball and control the clock, like you said, and hopefully be able to sustain some drives through the run game, and then we're gonna try to catch them with some play action. And if we can do that and sustain drives, I think we'll have a good opportunity. They only give up 53 yards a game right now on the rush, and so we've got a big challenge in front of our offensive line to be able to maintain the line of scrimmage like we did a week ago against a very good defensive line. And so it'll be a challenge for us, but if we can run the ball, some play action, I think we'll be in a good way.
I thought last week your offensive line was one of the big keys to that win. They were physical. They really controlled the line of scrimmage. If they do that this week, same results.
Yeah, offensively and defensively, I thought we maintained the line of scrimmage against a very good Natrona football team. And so the same thing's going to have to hold true here. We play a lot of guys both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Cheyenne East does not. And so we've got to be in shape, because they're going to be flipping guys in and out, and they're going to they're going to have just as big of guys as we do. We're just going to have to be in good shape. And we're going to have to battle and understand what is our job on every single play.
As you look toward the game, what do you see as their weakness that you might be able to take advantage of?
That's hard to find, I don't know what that would be. They haven't shown much offensively as a weakness. They run the ball very well laterally, and they get downhill very well. Their pass game isn't quite what it was in the years past, but they don't pass the ball very much. Sure. They're running the ball 65% of the time. 2 years ago, they were throwing the ball 65% of the time, and so it's been a little change that way. Their pass game isn't as efficient, but they can do it. And so Zawada throws a good ball when he needs to. And so we've just got to do a great job of reading our keys and understanding, hey, if they give us this look, that's what we should expect. Offensively, the same thing. We got to try to, with our formations, try to dictate the defense they're going to be in and see if we can identify some leverages that we can take advantage of through the pass game and the run game. If they get misaligned a little bit, we can get to the correct shoulder, and I think we might be able to break a big play here or there.
Through this year, being out in the community, I've had some people come up to me and say, hey, what's going on with the defensive, the game with our secondary? They're giving up some yards. And I said, Sheridan's defense has always been, they give up those little outs because that's how you guys align, and you want players to push them towards the sideline and stuff. Do you see that as a weakness right now, or is that still just the way Sheridan defense plays?
Yeah, some people get frustrated with that. Sometimes our coaches get frustrated with that, and a lot of that is Coach McEwen's philosophy, but also I support 100% is, it's not very often that you see a 6-yard hitch score a touchdown.
Right.
And we're going to give up the 6-yard hitch and try to take away the deep ball. And if we make teams drive the field for 80 yards, that's what we want to see, because not many teams can sustain a 15 or a 17 play drive. Now, we've given up a couple in Thunder Basin and Natrona that have been a lot of plays and scoring drives, but they've only done it once.
Right.
They haven't been able to sustain that 4 times throughout the game. And so we believe that if we keep the ball in front of us and we keep the ball in the field of play, that we have another chance, and one more chance is all we need. Maybe that'll create a turnover. Maybe that'll be a negative play for the offense. So we want to test in front of us. We want to keep it in front of us, and if we err, we're going to err on the backside of it and keep the ball in front of us. And we might give up first downs, or we might give up yards, but at the same time, we're not giving up a ton of points. And so that's really our philosophy on the defensive side of things.
Now, as we're now here to game 4 of this season, about a quarter of the way through, if you make it all the way to Laramie, have things gone as you think they should have so far this year?
Yeah, we're very grateful to be 3-0. I wasn't sure we'd be there at the beginning of the year, and you never know at the beginning of the year. But I think our seniors have done a nice job of leading, and our guys have worked hard. It's been a fun group of guys to come to practice with every day, and I think really that's a true mark of everything. Is it enjoyable for the young men, and is it enjoyable for the coaches, and are we having fun as a team? And we are having fun as a team right now, and that's bigger than football. The team aspect and the things you do with a team and learn how to work on a team is bigger than the game of football. And so we got to continue to get better. We've got a lot of mistakes that we've been making on the football field. We can clean those up. But if they come and work hard and we don't have to coach effort and we're having fun, I think it's going to be a great year.
That's win-win.
That's right.
The final thing is, a lot of people are talking this week just about the streak, just because it's 46 games and East is the last team to beat us, and we're just 5 days shy of it being 4 years since your last loss tonight. Any of that pop up in the kids' minds as we travel to Cheyenne East tonight? Yeah, I'm sure the kids probably talk about it, and then people talk about it to them. And within the team, we talk about it. We talk about it in our team meetings and say, the streak is really, really cool. It's a great thing, and you should be proud of that. And the fact that we're 3-0, you should be proud of that. But it's nothing you should rest on. Winning 45 games over the past 4 years really does nothing for this year's team. And so it's a neat thing. It's great to talk about, and some people Google it, and I think they like that. But really, it's nothing more than we're 3-0 right now. We're worried about the 2025 Bronx, and we did lose down there. In I could tell you exactly what happened. We could relive that moment. I'd rather not, but. It's a good football team, and the same thing might happen tonight. And if they do, if Cheyenne ends up getting us tonight, kudos to them. We'll go back to work, and hopefully we get another opportunity to face them, because
25 Broncs haven't done anything yet. You know, you could say we've won state championship, we've done that. The 2025 Broncs haven't earned that yet. You know, we're 3-0. That's where we're at. That's where we've earned, and we've got to go earn more.
Very good. Well, good luck tonight, and let's hopefully bring home number 47.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Shane. Thanks.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Is your AC working? But only kind of. Well, it's time to call Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning. He'll cool your house faster than you can say, "Why is the dog lying on the tile again?" But hey, Carl doesn't just battle heat. He also tackles radon mitigation. Because what's worse than being hot and cranky? Breathing radioactive gas while being hot and cranky. Don't sweat it. Carl's got this. Find Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning in the Country Bounties business directory.
Doug, I took my dog to the dollar store and all I got was a plunger and a squeaky dog toy.
And then you should bring it to Waring Chevrolet starting October 1st. The same dollar tire.
A whole tire for $1?
Yep. Buy 3, get the 4th for $1 starting October 1st.
That's way better than a plunger.
And it actually helps you down the road, Bob.
Oh, good fun, Doug. Waring Chevrolet online, WaringSheridan.com.
Leaves crunching, kettles whistling, football helmets colliding, families chattering, the sounds of fall. Hearing loss can be a subtle thief, taking away these precious sounds and others that make our lives so rich. If you think you or a loved one may be struggling, please call our office to schedule your free hearing test and consultation. There is nothing to lose and everything to gain. Let the changing seasons encourage you to make a positive change for better hearing. Call 674-8920 on the web at ebahearing.com or visit on Coffeen Avenue, right next to Sherwin-Williams.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show. A huge thank you, Maui, for sitting down and visiting us prior to the game tonight to give us the insights into tonight's game. Should be a great one coming up right here from Oakey Blanchard Stadium. Coming up, Ryan Parker will join me live in the booth, and we will have tonight's starting lineups and the kickoff coming your way right here in Cheyenne. You're listening to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM. We'll be back with the kickoff and starters right after this.
Since 1935, First Federal Bank and Trust has been a cornerstone of Sheridan.
And to celebrate 90 years of community commitment, we're donating $90,000 to 10 nonprofit organizations in Sheridan. Each month through November, we'll honor our legacy of community support by investing nonprofit.
This month, First Federal will award $9,000 to the Child Development Center.
90 years, $90,000. Community commitment at its finest. Visit efirstfederal.bank, member FDIC.
Tonight's jackpot is $5.
Wait, $5? That's it?
Yep, $5 gets you a sausage McMuffin, crispy hash browns, and a hot small coffee at McDonald's.
You don't have to win the lottery to get breakfast, but wait, and the winnings keep coming. For just $8, you'll score a Big Mac, medium fries, and a drink.
Ka-ching! Now that's a jackpot I can actually hit. But hurry, these extra value meal deals are only here for a limited time at McDonald's in Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
This commercial building is a great investment property located on Main Street in Buffalo with all spaces rented and good rental history. Lower level has a kitchen area, 3 private offices, and a large area for retail space. There are 3 rental spaces on the main floor with plenty of parking and Main Street visibility. Call for a tour. Christy Kinghorn with Buffalo Realty ERA Powered at 620-0037, C235 South Main at BuffaloRealtyLLC.com.
Need a checking account, a home loan, business banking? Hi, I'm Brittany Sorensen from First Bank of Wyoming. You don't have to go to different places for these services. First Bank of Wyoming has it all under one roof. From simple personal banking to more complex business loans, we make managing your money simple, convenient, and stress-free. One bank, every service, all for you. First Bank of Wyoming, your one-stop financial partner.
First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And good evening. Welcome back to Cheyenne East High School. We are at Oakey Blanchard Stadium here in Cheyenne as the Bronx and the T-Birds get ready to battle here on Friday Night Lights. I'm Shane Parker along with Ryan Parker. Ryan, it should be a good one tonight. Perfect football weather tonight. A little bit breezy. I mean, the wind's blowing probably 5 to 10 mile an hour. But we're kind of down in this bowl here, and it's kind of circling within the bowl. But about 70 degrees here as we approach kickoff.
Yeah, I'll take this weather this time of the year, anytime down here in Cheyenne. Sun's shining, the wind is blowing a little bit, but it's going to be a beautiful night for football.
Both these teams come in 3-0, as we talked about in the pregame show, and both head coaches know each other very well. Chad Goff is in his 19th season here as the head coach of the T-Birds. 141 wins and 71 losses for him. He's got 3 state titles under his belt. Obviously, the last one was in the COVID year during 2020 when that game was played right here at T-Bird Stadium, Oakey Blanchard Stadium, where they beat Thunder Basin in the championship that year. Jeff Mowry has 5 state titles. He is 75-9 in his 8th season as the head coach of the Sheridan Bronx. Obviously, the 5 state titles in 2019 and then 21, 22, 23, and 24. As we come into the game tonight, Ryan, through the first 3 games, these two teams are pretty well evenly matched. Sheridan has the number 2 ranked offense in 4A. They also have the number 2 ranked defense in 4A. But Cheyenne East has the number 1 ranked offense and the number 1 ranked defense. So on paper, it's very even.
Right, yeah. Well, like we talked about in the pregame, they I think whoever comes out and executes their game plan the best will come out on top.
We do see that one of the starting running backs for the Cheyenne East T-Birds, Wyatt Selnow, he is not in uniform tonight for the T-Birds. He has 16 carries on the year for 118 yards. No touchdowns, but he was averaging 7.4 yards a carry coming into the ballgame tonight. So that could be a big blow for the T-Birds.
Yeah, losing 7 yards a carry, that's huge.
Now on the flip side, Keyshawn Brown, their other running back, he's the leading running back, leading rusher in Class 4A. He's averaging 87.7 yards per game, and he's averaging 7.3 yards a carry. He's got 263 yards on the ground through the first 3 weeks. He will be probably featured more out of the backfield tonight, and maybe not line him up in the slot as much as they have in the 3 previous games.
Yeah, Goff will figure out where best to play him with the other kid being out. So, and he's an athlete. We saw him last year. He had a little trouble in Sheridan last year, and that's got to be on his mind a little bit tonight.
Yeah, he put the ball on the ground 4 times last year. So
that's in the back of his head somewhere. Hopefully he can let it go, but we'll see what he does tonight.
So we're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups for both the Bronx and the T-Birds. The T-Birds won the toss. They have elected to receive here in the first half. So the Bronx will be kicking to the Thunderbirds when we come back. It's the Bronx and the Thunderbirds. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Are you ready for a better banking experience? Federal Credit Union is excited to announce the opening of our new Sheridan branch location. Our new branch features a 3-lane drive-through, our new depository ATM, and new Saturday hours. At Campco, you're more than a number, you're a member. Staff and let us give you a tour of the amazing features of our new branch, located at 2511 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan. Campco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and equal housing lender.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Building or remodeling your home or commercial space can be overwhelming. With so many decisions to make, choosing the right contractor matters. At North Country Construction, we believe you deserve a team you can trust. From initial planning and site work to concrete and final touches, we handle the entire process with a decade of quality in the Sheridan area that speaks for itself. When only the best will do, call North Country Construction 307-461-2896.
One Health in Sheridan provides medical care, mental health, and other support services for the whole family. Our whole person approach serves children, adults, and seniors, and we accept patients with private insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, and no insurance. From childhood immunizations and wellness checks to substance use treatment, visit One Health for same-day availability and an income-based sliding fee. Visit onechc.org/Sheridan for more information.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Texting and driving. Texting and... Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
They'll tell you nobody sells campers cheaper than them. They're wrong. We do. Midway RV in Sheridan has new campers at the lowest prices in the country. Units won't last at these prices. Limited floor plans available, trade-ins welcome, financing ready. Midway has a floor plan for you. Hit the mountain road or back road for less. Stop by our newest showroom on Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan. Visit midwaycampers.com. Lowest prices in the country, right at your fingertips.
Friday Night Lights, hard hits, and Sheridan pride. Broncs are back on the field. 7P Builders is proud to stand behind our hometown team, supporting the athletes who give it their all every game. Off the field, when it comes to your home, 7P Builders specializes in sidings, decks, and roofs, new builds and remodels, helping families create spaces that last for generations. Call 307-763-3202 to set up your appointment. From the sidelines to your neighborhood, 7P Builders says, go Broncs.
This is Jamie Gillenwater with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium. Shane Parker and Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronc football action as we just finished up with the East High School band as they played the national anthem, and now we are about ready to get things underway with the starting lineups. Ryan, for the Broncs on defense, one change tonight on defense for the Broncs is Blaine Phillips is going to jump into that starting lineup on the defensive side of the ball. Why don't you go ahead and run down the defensive starters?
Right on. Starting at defensive tackle tonight, number 73, 6'1" junior Brady Hartman. Number 68, Sam Huffman, 6'2" senior. Defensive end, Beck Haswell, 6'3" senior. The other defensive end will be Owen Matthews, the 6' senior. And in the middle of the field, the linebacking core, Keegan Rager, a 6' senior. As you just mentioned, Blaine Phillips will get the start in there tonight. He's also a 6' senior. And William Greer, the 5'10" senior. In the defensive backfield at corner, you've got Breck Reed, the 5'11" senior. And number 9, Andrew Adams, who's a 5'10" senior as well. At the safety, you got number 7, Rudy Green, 6' senior, and also Gage Rogers, who wears number 1, and he's also a 6' senior.
Taking a look at the starters for the Cheyenne East T-Birds, they're going to line up like this tonight. At left guard will be Shaver. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties there. Welcome back. Again, the starting lineups for the T-Birds is they're going to go like this. One guard, Brandon Shaver. He is a 6'4", 230-pound tackle. At left guard is going to be Isaac Clay, the 6'5", 290-pound senior. At center is Tucker Mao, a 6'1", 245-pound senior. At right guard is Mr. Lamb. He is Brennan Lamb, a 6', 220-pound senior. And at right tackle is Mr. Juan Roca, a 6', 230-pound senior. So good, a lot of seniors and a lot of size on that offensive line. Again, the quarterback is Kanan Zawada. He is a 5'9", 150-pound senior. He is fast. He can throw the ball. He is elusive, and his family is from Sheridan. So, they are all here. We saw them sitting in the stands earlier, and they'll be rooting for the opposite team tonight than they normally root for, the Sheridan Broncs. So,
good contingent of Sheridan people across the way.
Yeah, Keyshawn Brown will be the starting running back, the 185-pound, 6-foot senior. And so that's the way they will line up tonight. And as far as the wide receivers go, they look like this. It'll be Trace Eldridge. He will be one of the wide receivers on the one side. Clayton Zom will also see action at one of the wide receiver spots, and Aiden Ricardo, the 6'1", 175-pound senior. So that is how they will start on offense. And the Broncs will be kicking from your left to right across the radio dial. And if you're here in Cheyenne or watching it, that is the Broncs will be kicking towards the south, kicking towards Colorado.
Yep.
So back deep for the T-Birds, it will be Keyshawn Brown. He'll be one of the guys back deep for the T-Birds. And the other deep back is going to be Alex Cooper. He will be the other guy back there for them. And Alex Cooper is also one of the receivers. He's got 4 catches for 38 yards and a couple touchdowns on the year. But Will Greer has it teed up, and we are ready to go. It's the 4A battle of top spot, number 1 against number 2. Greer's kick is not going to reach the goal line. It'll be Keyshawn Johnson from the 10. He'll come to this side, break a tackle at the 30, make a man miss at the 40, and he's down the sideline and run out of bounds right at midfield. A huge return for the T-Birds to get things started. And he stepped out of bounds right at the 50-yard line, and that's where Kanan Zawada and the T-Birds will take over.
Yeah, what a great return. He just followed those blockers right up the left side of the field and got it all the way out to midfield.
So not a lot of Broncs on that side of the field either. I think they thought maybe it was going to go the other way. So Zawada comes out. He'll be in the gun with Brown lined up beside him. They'll have an up back and 3 receivers. This time the give is to Brown. He bounces it outside. A stiff arm at the 49 and run out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of the Broncs to pick up a 4 on first down.
Yeah, he really got that stiff arm there on Will Greer.
Greer was there, just
little stiff arm gave him about 3 more yards.
Yep.
He had him right there after a short gain.
So Zawada, again, he'll have Brown in the backfield with him. The up back will be Clayton Zom. He kind of lines up as that blocking fullback. 2 receivers to the near side. That's Eldridge and Cooper with Ricardo on the far side. Zawada, this time fake to give. Haswell, he's on the chase, and he had a chance, and here comes some help, and he's going to be sacked, but they're going to get a face mask penalty on the Broncs. Haswell couldn't finish it initially. Owen Matthews came in second, and I think Owen got a little bit of that face mask as he was coming by.
Yeah, Zawada was scrambling pretty good, and he just reached his arm out and unfortunately got a hold of the face mask.
So that's going to be a 15-yarder on the Broncs, and that'll move the ball well into Bronc territory and set up a first down. Actually, no, they're just saying a 5-yarder there. Just an incidental face mask, not the personal foul type. And so just 5 yards. Now it's going to bring up third. Actually, they're going to replay second down, aren't they? So it'll be second down and 8 instead of second down and 6.
Good pressure by Haswell if he just going to come up with that. But that'll make Zawada have to think a little bit about that.
He knows that Haswell comes off the edge quickly. Tyree McCord now the wide out on the far side. Eldridge and Cooper to the near side. This time it's Brown. Brown breaks another tackle. He's going to be close to the first down, but he's going to be shy. It's going to bring up third down for the T-Birds in Bronc territory at about the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and 2 for the T-Birds, and a good head of steam for Keyshawn Brown on that play. Zawada gets the signals in from the side. The Bronc defense is they're going to have to really come at this and see if what the T-Birds decide to do, if they're going to run Zawada here, maybe fake the give, and then come to the near side. Everything's come to the near side so far. It is Keyshawn Brown, and he'll be run out of bounds at the 40, and that should be enough for the first down. They're going to say just inside the 40, and it will be enough for the T-Bird first down. That's the same play they've run 3 times in a row now.
Yep.
And Brown looks like he doesn't want to take a hit. He's running towards the sideline every play. So a T-Bird first down at the Bronc 39-yard line. And that big offensive line, the Broncs are going to have to really tie them up. The D-line's going to have to tie them up and let these linebackers fill, but everything's going around the edges so far. Zawada this time has a man, it throws the ball. It's going to be caught and run out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Pick up about 6 or 7 on the play.
They could cut this football field in half down the middle and no one would care because
everything's been played to the short side of the field.
Every play has come to this short side.
They'll give him 8 yards on first down there. The little pass out to Alex Cooper. Now they'll bring in another fullback type. That's going to be Kaysen Kinsler. He's a junior for this T-Bird team. He'll line up in that fullback spot with Brown at the tailback. 3 receivers in the formation, 2 to the far side. Eldridge lined up in the slot. They give the ball to Brown. Brown breaks a tackle, and then Greer comes up and makes a stick right at the 30-yard line. They might give him the 29, and that's going to be enough for a first down if it is.
Yeah, Will Greer did a nice job of filling and standing him up, and Brady Hartman came in and kind of finished him off.
Yep. So it will be. I think it will be enough for a first down. It will be. And so another first down for the Broncs. That's they love to take advantage as the T-Birds push deeper into their territory.
Yep.
Yards, and East just doing anything they want here on their initial drive.
Yep, basically playing it pretty safe.
Keyshawn Brown's touched the ball almost every play. So 2nd down and 1 now for the Thunderbirds. Bronc defense has to stiffen up here as they march deeper into Bronc territory. Zawada again with Zom as the up back. Brown next to him in the pistol. 3 receivers in the formation. Zawada, looks like he wants to put a man in motion, and Zom does go to the right side of the formation. And again, Zawada kept that one. He pulled it that time, but he's going to be enough for the first down to about the 16-yard line. Another big run for the T-Birds, and the Bronc defense is on their heels.
Yep. East is just doing anything they want right now. So Broncs need to stiffen up and bend but don't break. Let's see what they can get done here.
This will be the 9th play of the drive. And Zawada brings his team back to the line of scrimmage. And the signals are taking quite a while to get in. They've got just now 5 seconds left to get the snap off. Zawada calls for it. He'll roll to the near side. Looking in the end zone, has a man, and it's going to be almost. Oh, is it in? They're going to call it incomplete. Oh, the ball was tipped up. Keegan Rager came down with it, but they said he landed out of bounds. Almost the turnover that we needed.
Right. I wish we had replay because I think maybe his knee got down before he fell out of bounds with that ball.
Cooper was the intended receiver, I do believe. Alex Cooper went right through his hands up in the air, and Rager thought he came down with the big interception, but they say he was out of bounds along the sideline here on the near side. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now for Cheyenne East.
That would have been huge for the Bronx.
Zawada. This time it is given to Brown, and he's going to be stood up behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss back to about the 17-yard line, a loss of 1, maybe 2 on the play.
Yeah, Gage Rogers came up from his safety position and got the initial hit, and then William Greer kind of finished him off.
So 3rd down and behind the chains now, 3rd and 11 we'll call it, from the 17-yard line of the Bronx.
Way to battle in there for these defensive guys.
Zawada now will bring a man to the short side of the field. That's going to be Cooper, 2 receivers to the far side. And now Keyshawn Brown's going to line up in the slot as well. It's just Zawada in the backfield by himself. Now he's going to bring Zawada in motion and move him to the other side. They'll wide receiver screen. It's going to be caught, and it's going to be way short of the first down. Oh, they're gonna say he was down. The ball came loose. The Bronx recovered it again. Andrew Adams comes up with the recovery, but they said he was down. But it will be 4th down. The Bronx defense stiffened, and it will be Cheyenne with a 4th down play from about the 15. They'll mark this. They're going to try to kick a field goal here, a 32-yarder. As the kicker comes in, that's going to be Blake Newc, the junior. And they're missing some guys, so Blake Newc is the kicker. And he'll come in to attempt a 32-yard field goal with 7:26 remaining here in the first quarter. The Bronx have yet to touch the ball. Snap's good, the hold is good, the kick is up. And I don't think, it was good. Okay, looked to go wide left, but they say it was good. So with 7:15 left here in the first quarter, a 32-yard field goal is good by Newc. And East leads Sheridan 3-0. The Bronx will have the ball next. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWYO at 106.9 FM.
Farmers Co-op, home of the 99-cent soda, invites you to start your day off right with that first cup of Morning Joe and a little something to go from their awesome bakery rack. Then come back for lunch. By now, I know you've heard me talk about their mouth-watering sausages, but they also have a variety of hot and cold sandwiches along with a soup of the day. They really do have it all at Farmers Co-op, 1450 Coffee Avenue.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium. Bronx football here on KWYO and SheridanMedia.com or the YouTube channel, Facebook, whatever you are listening or watching at. Well, Ryan, the Bronx defense, they gave up some yards, but just a field goal. They bent, but they didn't break there and give up a full touchdown.
Yeah, no, I thought the defense kind of buckled down once the T-Birds got down into the red zone. So that was good for them to force a field goal, and now we'll see what the offense can do.
Blake Newc has it teed up at the 40. He's kicking with the wind here in the first quarter. And so he'll back deep will be Breck Reed, and we'll see if they'll kick it away to the Bronx or if he has enough leg to get it into the end zone here. With 7:15 remaining here in the first quarter, the Bronx about to get the ball for the first time. And Newc, he's going to punch it. It's high, and it is going to get to the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. Reed caught it about a yard deep, so the Bronx will start at their own 20-yard line, and we'll see what the offense can do here against the stingy, and I'll say stingy T-Bird defense. They gave up 14 points last week to the Thunder Basin Bolts. That game was tied at 14 early in the third quarter, and then East kind of went away and won that thing 31-14. But those are the only points they've given up all year long. The Bronx gave up 19 to Thunder Basin and 7 to Natrona County. So Andrew Adams has Keegan Rager in the backfield, 4 receivers in the formation for the Bronx. Adams looks to the sideline to get the second call in. Breck Reed, Rudy Green, and Haswell to the near side. Gage Rogers all alone on the far side. Brought the ball right in the middle of the field. Adams takes the snap. He'll give it off to Rager. Rager across the 20 down to about the 24-yard line. 4 tough yards on first down. And actually, that's going to be Braxton Crow in the backfield to start this game for the Bronx. I don't know if Rager, I know he had a sore foot last week, But he was out there on defense, and now Keegan Rager comes in, and he will be in the backfield now along with Adams. The up back is going to be Braxton Crow, 2 receivers with that tight end in the lineup. This time they will give it to Rager. Rager across the 25 to the 26. It's going to be a long third down for the Bronx, about 3rd and 4 here on their first series.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take 4 yards a carry and for a first down, but we'll see. This offensive line has got a battle tonight. Those guys for East are big.
The Bronc offensive line has been great all year long, but this D-line is stout for Cheyenne East. They only give up a little over 50 yards on the ground per game. Adams, and that ball is knocked down. One of the big defensive ends came down and knocked that ball out of the air, and the Bronx are going to have to punt the ball away. Nothing doing on their first series.
Yeah, that was big number 54, Tyler Stevenson, a 6'2" junior. So he just got those long arms up there and batted it down.
So Breck Reed's going to have to punt into the wind here. And his rugby-style kick, the wind may not mean too much here because he kind of keeps it low. And Brown is back along with Eldridge. And the snap and the kick, and it's not a very good one. It's going to bounce at about the 50-yard line and take a Bronc bounce. It's going to continue to roll down to about the 39 or 38-yard line, and that's where East will take over on their second possession. It'll be at the 39 when the T-Birds offense comes back out. So nothing doing on that first series for the Bronx, and not a great start offensively.
Yeah, they're giving East another short field, but we'll see what they can do.
So the defense comes back out. Coach Goff has his T-Birds gathered around, and they'll just probably go from the sideline right into their offensive set. So Cooper will be the receiver here on the short side of the field. Eldridge also will be in the slot. Zawada and Brown in the backfield with Zom lined up as the fullback. And the give is to Brown. Brown sees a little bit of seam across the 40 to about the 42-yard line to pick up a 3 on first down. The Bronx linebackers did a good job filling that time. And coming off the bottom of the pile, I did see Beck Haswell crawl out of there.
Looks like Cheyenne is going to be okay with slowing this game down a little bit.
They want to keep the Bronc offense off the field for sure. Now Zawada will now bring in a different guy in the backfield. That's going to be Jamison Briggs.
Yeah, Brown came out and is down on one knee on the sideline.
So maybe he's been in on every play. Maybe he just need a little bit of a break here. So the new running back will be Jamison Briggs, and this, I wonder if we'll see if this is where Zawada might run the ball himself. It will be given to Briggs. Briggs is going to be stacked up for a loss all the way back to the 40-yard line. That's going to be about a 2 or 3 yard loss, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 9, and now Keyshawn Brown comes back out on the field for the T-Birds. So 3rd and 9 for Cheyenne as Brown makes his way back out on the field.
Great pursuit by the defense on that far side of the field.
They just strung it out.
Yep.
Cheyenne taking their time. 4:29 left here in the first quarter. They're not in any hurry to get the plays off. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the short side. Zawada's going to roll to the near side. Has a man along the boundary, and it's going to be caught. And that's going to be enough for the first down. Aiden Cooper again, and that moves the ball inside Bronc territory. That's a pickup of about 15 yards there on 3rd and 9.
And he was wide open over there. I mean, he had to touch his toes. I mean, he was pretty close to the sideline, but he did get him in.
They're going to mark him just shy of the Bronc 45, so a gain of 14 there on 3rd down and 9. And the T-Bird drive continues with 4:11 left here in the first quarter. Bronc defense back on their heels a bit here as East, boy, that big, their offensive line is massive.
Yeah. This defensive line has got to tie those guys up so that the linebackers can fill.
A toss to Keyshawn Brown. He'll pick up about 3 yards on first down.
Good hard run by that young man.
Will Greer there for the Bronx. Also alongside, I think that was Brady Hartman who helped finish him off. But Will Greer doing a good job from the linebacker spot. 2nd down and 7 now for the Thunderbirds. Brown again will be in the slot to the near side. 4 receivers in the formation. The up back will be Zom. Zawada brings his troops to the line as the Bronx defense gets set. Zawada, now he's going to roll to the far side. Has a man downfield. Now he's just going to take off with it, and he's got enough for the first down.
Boy, he just showed off his speed right there, didn't he?
He's quick. The Bronx have got to account for that. He's very elusive. And now the ball will be placed at the Bronx 36-yard line. That's another first down for the T-Birds. We'll see what kind of adjustments defensive coordinator Marshall McEwen will make as this game rolls along. But we're under 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half, and the Bronx defense has been out on the field for all but 3 plays.
We're still in the first quarter.
Yeah, in the first quarter. This time the fake to Brown, and they're going to stand up Zawada. The ball looked like it came loose, but maybe not, across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. 2nd down at the 34 for the T-Birds.
Braxton Crow in there on that tackle.
And now you can see the Bronx linebackers really starting to crowd the line of scrimmage a little bit more. Let's see if they continue that. Crow, Greer, and Rager now they're kind of spread out across that formation on the defensive side. 2 receivers to each side, with Zom being the up back. Now they're going to bring a man in motion. That's going to be Brown, stretching it out, looking for a seam, and now there's going to be a flag. I think they're going to get a hold on the T-Birds, but they stopped that for a loss of 1. They really stretched it out to the near side, and they're going to get a hold on the T-Birds here, which will mark them back. It'll be 2nd down and about 20 now, where that call came from was right at the down marker, I do believe. So the ball will be spotted at the Bronx 46, and so it will be 2nd down and 20. And the offensive play call comes in. Eldridge moves from the near side to the far side of the field.
Boy, and Cheyenne is being very, very patient and taking forever to get these play calls in, but they're okay with that. It's keeping the Bronx offense off the field.
I wonder if they're going to have to call a timeout because they're just about ready. And they do. They get a timeout just before the flag. So Cheyenne East calls timeout. We'll take timeout as well. It'll be 2nd down and 20 when we come back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you all the live action as the Bronx trail Cheyenne East 3-0 here in the first quarter. Cheyenne East has the ball back in Bronx territory, but it's 2nd down and 20 now for this offense. They've pretty much moved the ball at will so far. The Bronx have done a decent job but not on third down. They've allowed those third down plays to stretch.
They're taking what they were given.
And now Zawada's going to roll to the far side. He looks to take off, and there is going to be another flag. Brown makes the catch, and it'll be close to a first down, but
It's coming back.
There was a hold right at midfield. That's going to make it, if they step it off from where the hold happened at midfield, that's going to bring up second down and 33.
And that hold was right in front of the official.
Right in front of the white hat referee.
Took him a minute to find his flag to drop it, but he got it.
So now the ball, they're going to spot it at the 44-yard line.
Is that right?
Well, that's not where it should, unless the official said it happened at the line of scrimmage, but he was well behind the line of scrimmage where the hold came from. So that'll bring up second down and 30 now for the T-Birds. And again, taking their time. 2 minutes remaining here in the first. 3 receivers bunched up here to the near side. 1 receiver, I think that's Brown to the far side. Now a wide receiver screen. It's going to be
going
Cooper,
nowhere.
and it's no gain at all. Oh, they might give him a yard up to the 45-yard line. It's going to be third down and 29 now.
It was Alex Cooper on the reception.
On the wide receiver screen.
But Bronx played that one perfectly.
They came up and really got around those 2 other receivers that were blocking. Made the tackle basically at the line of scrimmage. Third down and 29 now for the T-Birds.
Huge down for the Bronx D.
Different formation. Oh, that's a false start. Oh, they're going to pooch punt it on third down. And the Bronx are just going to get away from it, and the Bronx will take over at the 23-yard, at their own 23.
Wow, you don't see that very often.
They pooch punted it on third down.
Did they realize it was third down?
Wow, that's odd. A pooch punt on third down for the T-Birds puts the Bronx in better field position than what they started the game with, but it'll be at the 23-yard line. And the offense back out on the field.
Let's see if they guys can get something going on this.
This time. And it looks to me like Beck Haswell is in as the snap receiver on this play. The snap is high. They've got a man. Breck Reed wide open. Comes up, and it's caught at the 40, the 30. He's going to score. That's a Bronx touchdown. Beck Haswell, his second pass attempt of the year, and Breck Reed just got behind the secondary, and Beck just threw it up, and Breck went and got it.
So that was from the last week. He threw a 49-yarder to Haswell.
Yep.
And now, let's see. That one was going to be
77 yards.
77. And he's 2 for 2 with 2 touchdowns on the season throwing the ball.
So with 0.54 seconds left here in the first quarter, Haswell to Reed for 77-yard touchdown pass.
That's got to take a little bit of the wind out of Cheyenne's sails.
William Greer in for the extra point. The snap, the hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 54 seconds left here in the first quarter, the Bronx get on the board. It's the Bronx 7, Cheyenne 3. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium. Well, the Bronx strike quick on their second possession. One play, Ryan, Beck Haswell, he's not a quarterback. He's a tight end, defensive end, but they have been lining him up as that snap receiver more because he's big and physical and can run the ball pretty well from back there. But we saw him throw the ball last week. That time, I mean, he was standing at about the 20 or 19-yard line, and he threw that ball almost 40 yards in the air because Haswell caught it at about the 39-yard line and took it in from there.
Yeah, Breck just outran everybody, got behind that last defender, using that speed.
And so the Broncs strike on their first play of their second series and lead this thing 7-3 on the range scoreboard. William Greer has it teed up again, and let's see if he'll get this one to the end zone.
He is kicking into the wind.
And it is going to be short at about the 2. Cooper fakes the give to Brown, and Cooper is going to be buried at about the 10-yard line.
Broncs did not fall for that at all. Great way to stay in your lane.
Great job just staying where you're taught to go. Like you said, staying in your lane. And Cheyenne East is going to start deep in their own end. This is by far their worst starting point of the game here in the first quarter.
Well, yeah, and Coach Mallory talked about that in the pregame, is making East go the distance.
Yeah, go the full length of the field.
Yeah, go the distance.
So 47 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Broncs leading 7-3 on the range scoreboard. Here comes East back to the line of scrimmage. Aiden Cooper will be the receiver to the near side with Trace Eldridge in the slot. Keyshawn Brown will be the tailback with Calm the upback. It'll be pitched out to Brown. He cuts back one time, and he'll be buried at about the 11. We'll give him 1 yard there on first down. The Bronc defense is really starting to figure this out.
I think that was Keegan Rager that came up and filled and took Brown down.
Brown was looking for one of those cutback lanes, and Keegan just said, "Nope, I'm gonna stop that right here." So that might be the last play of the first quarter. We'll see if East decides to get another playoff here. There's about 15 seconds left on the clock. Cooper Lynn in on defense. This is his first action of the year as he's been hurt most of the year. Quickly, Brown out across the 15 and run out of bounds at the 16-yard line. That'll bring up a third down play. And actually, they have to put some time back on the clock because he went out of bounds at the 16. So it's going to bring up third down and 4, but they have to put some time back on the clock. Because there was... Oh, are they going to say that's the end of the quarter?
He was definitely out of bounds before.
There were 3 or 4 seconds left.
Yep, nope, they're going to...
Nope.
Oh.
No, yeah, they're going to put 6 seconds back on the clock. They are going to put 6 seconds back on the clock. Which... That's what we saw when we looked up. When Brown went out of bounds, there was 6. I thought there was 6 or 5 seconds left in this first quarter. But the clock just kept running. So the officials got together and got it right. So 6 seconds back on the clock. And the Bronc defense will come back out on the field. A couple of different subs in there. I see... Cooper Lynn was out. Yeah, he's still out there on defense.
Noah Newman's out there as well.
And River Osborne in that secondary. This time it's going to be Zawada. He's looking downfield, finds a lane, cuts it up, and he's going to be tackled right about the first down mark. I think he's going to get the first down as the quarter comes to an end. So at the end of the first quarter, it's the Broncs 7, Cheyenne East 3. You're listening to Bronc Football here on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, and streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Amy with First Northern Bank of Wyoming. When you enroll in our Roundup program, you'll save on every purchase made with your debit card. Those purchases will be rounded up to the next whole dollar, and that amount will be transferred to your F&B savings account. We match it and donate to nonprofits in our communities quarterly. So far in 2025, we donated nearly $20,000. This quarter, we'll be donating to local organizations that help families in need over the holidays. You save, we give. Stop by 29 North Gould Street in Sheridan to enroll. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 402576.
When the Sheridan Broncs take the field, they bring strength, precision, and pride. At Simply Stone, they bring that same energy into every project, specializing in counter Their team fabricates and installs the finest quartz, marble, granite, and porcelain surfaces, turning your home into something truly exceptional. Just like the Bronx, they believe in hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid foundation. Stop by their showroom at 2745 Heartland Drive or visit simplystonewyo.com. Simply Stone, simply the best.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium here in Cheyenne. We are at Cheyenne East High School. The Bronx leading 7-3 after the first quarter in this battle of number 1 against number 2 in the Class 4A. First down and 10 for Cheyenne East at their own 21-yard line. Another wide receiver screen. This time it's going to be Eldridge at the 24, the 25, and that's where he stood up at the 26 and driven back. But it will be about a 5-yard gain on first down to Trace Eldridge.
Good job of gang tackling there and not letting him escape. He made one little move to get maybe an extra yard.
I guess they're going to give him 6 yards out to the 26-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the T-Birds. Eldridge will go to the slot to the far side. And Brown will be in the backfield with Zawada. Zawada this time will give to Brown. There's a little bit of a hole, not much.
Boy, that got stopped quick.
Keegan Rager just filled that hole quickly. No, they're going to give him. There's no way he got a yard on that play.
I don't think so.
That was right at the line of scrimmage, and the officials moved the ball out to the 27-yard line. 3rd down and 3 now for the T-Birds. Big play here for the Bronx. They want to get this defense off the field. They've been on the field a lot here in the first half. So the Bronx defense surveys here. They bring Comm to the near side. Zawada, he's going to roll to the near side. Has a man across the 30, and it's in. Was that incomplete? It was incomplete. He didn't catch it, as the intended receiver was Tyree McCord. He dropped it, hit him right in the hands, and he had his back to us. We couldn't really see it along the sideline.
And we're kind of getting blocked by the East
subs, yeah, the extra players
along
there.
the sideline there.
So 4th down and 3 now for the T-Birds, and the punter is going to have to come on, and that punter is going to be Trace Eldridge. Ryan, we've seen Trace quite a bit on the wrestling mat. He's a heck of a wrestler.
He's just a heck of an athlete.
Yeah, he's a good athlete for these T-Birds. So Eldridge will stand at his 10, call for the ball, rugby style. Now he's going to kick it from the 20. And the ball is going to be picked up by Rudy Green. He's along the far side. He's to the midfield and tackled from behind. And a flag comes in. I think they're going to get a horse collar tackle along the sideline.
Or a face mask. I thought I saw his head turn over there.
So a big flag came in. The ball was, I think Rudy got into Cheyenne's territory. As Rudy just picked that thing off of a couple
I wasn't
bounces.
sure what he was going to do. I didn't know that maybe touched one of the Bronx. It was kind of hard to see because that wind really took that ball.
Right.
But let's see what the penalty is.
Well, the officials are all gathered talking about it.
All 5 of them.
Like, did he get his hand up in the back of the shoulder pads? Was it? I'm not sure what because it was clear across the field. So a good return by Rudy Green. Now I think they're talking about if it hit one of the Bronx or if it hit one of the East people, like first touching. So now they're taking the ball back. Let's see what the call is here. They're waving off the flag because
It was hard to hear what the official was saying, but I'm guessing that East touched it.
They might have downed it right there.
Yeah, because that's about where Rudy Green picked up the ball. So. Well, nonetheless.
So the Bronx will have it at their own 38-yard line. 38-yard line. And this time it'll be Adams. He'll run it. Actually, it will be Haswell.
Yep.
Only for about a yard out to the 39. Second down and 9 for the Bronx. And now Andrew Adams back in at the quarterback spot. Rudy Green's going to come to the near side, and Reed will go to the far side along with Gage Rogers.
Now we've got Haswell lined up in the slot.
Just got word that we had called for a fair catch. So they couldn't advance it. Even though the ball wasn't caught, it would hit the ground. This time it'll be faked by Reed. Adams out across the 40 to the 41, but a good hit and drive back by the defense. Bring up 3rd and about 7 for the Bronx at their own 41-yard line.
Need to get it to the 48 for a first down.
So 2 receivers to the near side, Haswell and Green. Reed and Gage Rogers to the short side of the field on the far side. Rager in the backfield. Now they're going to bring, and they fake the give. Now it's going to be caught by Haswell out across midfield. That's enough for a Bronx first down.
You bet.
Good ball by Andrew Adams.
Yeah.
Boy, he hit Haswell right in the chest. Great throw.
Cheyenne East bit on that fake pretty good, which opened up Hazy right in the middle.
So first down in East territory at the East 48, 1st and 10 for the Bronx. Adams back to the line of scrimmage quickly. Same formation. Now they're going to move Rager to the near side in the backfield. Now they're going to bring Reed in motion, and they give it to Reed. He's to the 40, breaks a tackle there, skips outside, and brought down at about the 38.
Man, he might have been able to break that. He got caught up behind his own lineman. That'd be the center, Kieran Rapucci. He got kind of gotten Breck's just too fast.
But it's a gain of 10 and another Bronx first down.
That's right. We'll take it.
With 8:30 left here in the first half, the Bronx driving into East territory. And now William Greer's going to check into the ball game. Rudy Green out. Greer will be that up back, the blocking back for the Bronx. And now Breck Reed will come to the near side. Haswell will be in the slot with Gage Rogers to the far side. The Bronx just got the play off, and a fumble on the snap, and the Bronx fall on it at the 41. It's going to bring up a second down and long. They'll be behind the sticks by about 3 yards.
Yeah, kind of mishandled that snap, and then William Greer fell on that ball to secure it.
The Bronx just got the play off before the delay of game, and I think maybe Adams was watching the back judge when that ball was snapped. 7:37 left here in the first half. Bronx leading 7-3 in this tight battle between two Titans. These teams have met in the last 3 state championship games. Now Green, fake to give, and it's to Reed. Reed at 35, cuts it back inside at the 30. Now gonna bounce it way outside, and he can score. He's at the 10, 5, Bronx touchdown! Breck Reed in again.
Holy smokes. He came from the near side hash marks and cut it all the way back to the far side. And he had blockers galore over there and just walked into the end zone.
41-yard touchdown, Adams to Reed. At the 7:11 mark here in the first half, and the Bronx have extended the lead. William Greer back out on the field for the extra point. Reed the holder. The snap is up. The hold's good. The kick is up, and it is good. With 7:11 left here in the first half, it's the Bronx 14, Cheyenne East 3. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Hi, this is Austin with Mystic Tree Farm. Fall is the perfect time to plant trees. Cottonwoods, aspens, crab apples, and more, all in stock. At Mystic Tree Farm, we're already prepping for fall planting. So come pick your trees and schedule early. Remember, if we plant it, we guarantee it for a full year. And don't forget, we have a farmer's market every Saturday from 9 to 12. Mystic Tree Farm, just north of town at 114 Decker Road.
This is Mariah with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Cheyenne East, Okie Blanchard Stadium, the Bronx. Another big play. A 77-yard touchdown pass from Haswell to Reed and a 41-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Adams to Breck Reed. The Bronx have 14 points on the board. Cheyenne East with just 3. And the Bronx will be kicking off here again. We do have one score to update, Ryan. Bighorn Rams on the road over in Newcastle. They're leading in the second quarter 27-8 over Newcastle.
Very good. We'll see if we can find some more scores and keep you guys updated.
So Greer will tee this thing up at the 40. Back deep is going to be Cooper and Brown for the T-Birds. Greer has it up. There's the whistle. And this one's going to be short. It's going to be Brown from the 6. Right up the seam, right up in the back of someone in the Bronx. Cover it pretty well out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. And that's where East will take over. Well, the Bronx, they haven't been on the offensive side very long, but they have 14 points on the board to show for it.
Yeah, their defense has been on the field for most of this first half.
Most of the first half, yep.
But I think that the Bronx know that East is going to try to slow this game down and work the clock. So when they have the ball, they need to score quick.
Or if it is a longer drive, they have to get points out of it.
Absolutely.
So the defense back out. Zawada comes back out on the offensive side with his same look. 2 receivers to the near side. 1 receiver far to the outside. This time it's a wide receiver screen to Eldridge. Eldridge across the 25. He's going to be stacked up about the 25-yard line. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain. Rudy Green really showed off his speed there. Him and Reed came up to make the play, but Rudy got there quickly.
Yeah, I was just going to comment. I mean, he came from about midfield.
If you ever have a chance to watch Rudy Green run a 400, it is very fun to watch. Very impressive. Zawada trying to stretch this Bronx defense out a bit. This time they fake the give. Again, this time it's a throw out to Eldridge. Eldridge around a block. It's out to the 40 and driven out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That's going to be enough for an East first down.
Yeah, Eldridge made one guy miss over there and had some green grass in front of him before.
Well, one of the blockers, one of the receivers did a great job of blocking out there and really tied up the defense. And Eldridge was able to get around that and stretch it out for a first down. Three receivers to the near side for the T-Birds. And let's see, Zawada really wants to, it looks like he wants to throw because there's nobody in the backfield. This time he's going to run the ball. Now he fakes, and it's going to be caught at the 46-yard line. That's going to be about a 4 or 5-yard pickup for the T-Birds. Actually, they're going to mark it at their own 45. Second down. That's a 4-yard pickup there on first down. As Zawada is throwing the ball on the season. He was 25 of 43 for 409 yards on the season. 8 touchdown passes so far this year. He's ran the ball for 179 coming in as well. This time the little scat back pass to Brown makes one man miss. He'll have enough for a first down into Bronx territory. Just good hard-nosed running there by Keyshawn Brown.
Yeah.
Owen Matthews off the bottom of the pile for the Bronx.
Just good athletes. And Brown has some quickness to him, too.
Oh, good speed. Very good speed. And East trying to get some more points on the board here in the first half. The Bronx leading 14-3 on the range scoreboard. It's time to pitch to Brown to the boundary, and he'll run out of bounds. No gain on the play. I think that's gonna be right at the 49-yard line again. Second down and 10. So Brown, no gain on first down. It'll be second and 10 for the T-Birds. Cooper to the near side. And now Trace Eldridge. He'll line up in the slot for the Birds. Well, this play taking a long time to get in as we're under a half to go. Brown Now he's going to come in motion. They fake the give to him. They get the ball. It's going to be dropped. Incomplete pass, as the intended receiver out there was Cooper Hasler. So Hasler dropped that one. It was the ball was thrown low, and so it'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the T-Birds.
See if this Bronx defense can get a stop
and the
get
clock
the ball
stopped.
back.
Yeah, the clock stopped on the incomplete pass. So 5:21 left here in the first half. And I see Cooper Lynn now. He's going to come up and be in coverage on Trace Eldridge. Noah Newman, the defender out here on Cooper. Now they're going to move Calm from right to left. Zawada's going to go to the short side of the field. He's going to cut it up inside and be stacked up short of the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down, and the punt team is coming on for the T-Birds. That's a pickup of about 3 yards, but it's going to be 4th down and 7 for the Birds. Haswell out there on the stop along with Hartman for the Bronx. And I'm sure at this point they're just going to let East, the East is going to let that play clock run all the way down until they just have to snap it. Breck Reed will be the only guy back deep for the Bronx.
Is Sheridan going to bring the heat?
Eldridge. He's going to come to the near side, and he boots this one away. It's high. Probably no return possible here. Reed does catch it, but it was a fair catch. It was a fair catch.
I never saw him call for it, and I didn't see the official.
So the ball's going to be out he caught it at the 27-yard line, and I think that's where the Bronx will take over with 4:27 left here in the first half. The Bronx offense back out on the field.
And the Bronx would love to punch one in here because they get the ball to start the second half.
Yes.
So we could steal a possession here if we can get some points on the board.
Blaine Phillips now in at quarterback for the Bronx. The first time we've seen him there tonight. 4 receivers in the formation. Keegan Rager in the backfield with Phillips. Gage Rogers will be the receiver to the near side. Now they move Haswell a little closer to the line of scrimmage. Phillips. And he's going to go. He takes it behind the offensive line, and he's off. And it's enough for another first down for the Bronx. That's a pickup of 12 or 13 yards out to the 40-yard line. Good hard-nosed run for Blaine.
That's one thing that Blaine can bring to this offense is that ability to just, kind of like the Zawada kid, kind of dual threat, because we know he can sling it and he can run the ball as well.
Well, he's big and physical.
And he loves contact.
So Blaine will move Keegan Rager now to the right side of the formation. Phillips, he's going to go again. He'll dive across the 40 to the 39, a pickup of about 2 yards on the play for the Bronx. Bring up 2nd down and 8. Now under 4 minutes to go here in the first half, 3:47 and counting. Blaine getting the signals in as he brings the boys back to the line of scrimmage. Braxton Crow will be in the slot. Rogers, the receiver to the far side. Reed and Haswell here to the near side. Blaine brings a man in motion. Now calls for the ball. The inside give is to Rager. Rager breaks a tackle and he dives across the 45 to the 44. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 for the Bronx with 3:13 to go here in the first half. So 3rd and 3. The offensive line has to get physical here for the Bronx. They've got to get off the ball quickly. 2 in the backfield. Rogers and Rager and Crow in the backfield. Rogers to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side with Haswell in the slot. Blaine fakes the give, looks down the middle of the field, and it throws it away. That's an incomplete pass. His arm was going forward. That's an incomplete pass, isn't it?
I was watching downfield to see who was going to get open. I missed what happened, unfortunately.
It's got to be an incomplete pass. The ball was going forward. His arm was going forward for sure.
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Yep.
4th down for the Bronx.
They got it right.
Whew. Well, at least the officials got together. I thought if they call this a fumble, that might be one of the worst calls I've seen in a long time.
Nope, they talked about it just like they're supposed to. And
I mean, Blaine definitely, his arm was going forward. He tried to pull it back, but the ball just came out. It was an incomplete pass. So 2:39 to go now here in the first half. 4th down and 3 for the Bronx, and they're lined up like they're going to go for it here.
You bet.
Haswell takes the snap. He's looking for room. He's got enough for the first down and more. Bounces outside, and he's into Thunderbird territory down to about the 40-yard line.
Boy, he got back to the line of scrimmage and decided to bust it outside.
Well, I thought he was running right down that line of scrimmage, like right at the first down line. Like, don't get pushed back there from there, But he was able to pick up about 13 yards on the play down to the 40-yard line of East. And the Bronx, with 2.5 minutes, have another first down. Now Blaine looks to the sideline, has Braxton Crow lined up next to him now. 3 receivers in the formation, including Sladen Bodonovic. He'll be the outside receiver on the far side of the field. Blaine, he'll bring Reed in motion. Now he'll call for the ball, drop straight back, looking downfield, has a man, and it's going to be way overthrown. Boy, he just put a little too much air under that one, looking for Haswell at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and I think he was focused on Haswell pretty much that entire play because Breck Reed was wide open over here on the near side. But Blaine did a nice job. Beck was open. He just overthrew it.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Bronx as new players come in and out for the Bronx on this set here. Little different formation. The Bronx will bring 2 to the near side. That's the wide side of the field and have 2 receivers on the short side. Blaine, he'll drop straight back. Looking downfield, has a man. It's going to be illegal man downfield, I'm sure. There's 2 flags, maybe a hold and an illegal man downfield. We'll see. But I know the offensive line, Blaine didn't let that ball go quite quick enough. I think it is just going to be illegal man downfield here.
No, the officials signaled a hold.
Oh, it is a hold, huh? Boy, the offensive line was well past that 3-yard area. So a hold on the Bronx. That'll move the ball back to midfield. It'll be 2nd down and 20 now for the Bronx. With 2:17 to go here in the first half, the Bronx leading 14-3 on the range scoreboard. The clock was going to run. It should run anyway. The booth next door could see me winding my wrist. Like, all right. Here we go. Blaine drops straight back, looking downfield. Has a man chasing him from behind, and Blaine's just going to run out of bounds. Boy, that's going to be a loss of about 4 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and long now for the Bronx.
Yeah.
Just nothing downfield. So 3rd and 23. Yeah, 3rd and 23 now for the Bronx. Sladen Bodonovic going to check back into the ballgame. He'll be a receiver on this near side. Haswell in the slot with Rager lined up in the backfield. They bring a man in motion. That's going to be Reed. Reed is going to get the handoff. No, Blaine keeps it back to midfield. It'll be 4th and long for the Bronx, and let's see if they punt this ball away here now on 4th down. Or if they're just going to, I bet they, did someone call timeout? Cheyenne East wants a timeout. So that'll be their 2nd of the half. 1:52 to go. We'll take timeout as well. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO 106.9 FM.
Wyoming corporate office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming Corporate Office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium here in Cheyenne. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you Bronc football here on KWYO and live stream on YouTube and the Sheridan Media internet site, webpage, also on Sheridan Media's Facebook page. 1:52 left here in the first half, and Breck Reed is lined up to punt this ball away on 4th and about 20. The snap is good. Reed, he's going to let this booming kick go. It's going to be Eldridge, and he'll catch it at the 10, come to the near side, it'd be up the near side and run out of bounds at about the 25, 26-yard line, I do believe. I think it's going to be the 25-yard line. With 1:40 left here in the first half. So the East will get one more crack at it, because the Broncs get the ball first to start the second half. Been a good first half. The Broncs have scored on 2 big plays, a 77-yard touchdown play and a 41-yard touchdown pass. Zawada brings his boys back out. And he'll drop. Come to the near side, look downfield, has a man, and it's going to be Brown at midfield, and he's down the sideline. He stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the Bronc 46-yard line. Boy, big pass play to Keyshawn Brown.
Yeah, I couldn't get the number on who tried to defend that, but they kind of went for the breakup and missed that ball and went right into Brown's hands.
So with 1.5 minutes left here in the first half, East is knocking on the door as they move the ball into Bronc territory. Zawada's going to line up with 3 receivers to the far side. Brown's going to be in the slot, and that's going to be a wide receiver screen to Zawada, and he'll be, boy, gobbled up right away by Breck Reed. No gain on the play.
Yeah, that was Brown that caught that pass.
Just a little wide out screen. Hoping for some blockers, but the Bronc defense fought through, and Breck Reed came up and made that tackle. No gain. Second down with 1:10 now left here in the first half. Again, Zawada rolls to the near side, makes a man miss, gets down the sideline and out of bounds at about the 40. So a pickup of 4 yards.
So 3rd and 6.
Just got an update. Bighorn leading 41-8 at halftime of their game in Newcastle. So the Rams continue to roll on the young season. They look to go to 3-0. So 58 seconds left here in the first half. Clock stopped on the out-of-bounds run by Zawada. Broncs have 4 defensive backs. Zawada looked like Brown might have moved on the play. No false start called. Now Zawada takes off, and he's run out of bounds. Run out of bounds at about the 35. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Haswell and Greer right there to run him out of bounds, about a yard short.
3rd and 1. Oh, now they're. Is it 4th and 1?
Oh, that was 3rd down.
So 4th down and 1 now for. Well, the scoreboard says 3rd and 1. The down marker says 4th and 1. Zawada gives to Brown. Brown makes a play across the 30 and inside the Bronc 30 to the 29, and the clock will stop to move the chains. East does have 1 timeout left here in this first half. And now, is that an official? No, East wants another timeout. This is their 3rd and final timeout. We'll just keep it right here. Ryan, the Broncs have done a decent job. Zawada on that play, he really kept the ball for quite some time before he finally let Brown keep it. And the end on this side of the field kind of collapsed a little bit early instead of staying vertical, and that allowed them to get the first down.
Yeah, both teams are doing what they should, using their playmakers. You've got Zawada and Brown that are doing, and Eldridge, most of the work on the east side, and you've got Haswell and Reed, doing it on the Bronx side. So, we talked about it earlier. That defense, they're giving up some yardage and stuff, but they've only allowed the one field goal on that first drive.
So Marshall McEwen up here in the booth next to us. He's sending down the defensive calls, and we'll see what he dials up here on 1st and 10 for East at the Bronx 28-yard line with 46 seconds left. They want to try to keep this ball in bounds now because East has no timeouts left. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 28.
Also got to be cognizant in those out routes.
Zawada, he's going to roll to the far side. Has a man right down the middle of the field. That's going to be Brown. Brown makes a man miss and run out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Somebody missed their assignment as Brown came all the way across the field and was all alone with 38 seconds left. East has it 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. So the clock is stopped, so East can take their time and get the play they want here. 4 receivers in the formation, nobody in the backfield with Zawada. Zawada rolls to the near side. That's the short side of the field. He's going to be run out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of 3 yards. Back to the 8-yard line.
Owen Matthews right there to push him out of bounds.
Just a couple seconds run off the clock. 34 seconds now left in the half. So East doing everything they can to get to the boundaries to stop the clock with no timeouts left here in the half. Bronx leading 14-3 here on the Range scoreboard. With 34 seconds left in the first half, they will get the ball first to start the second half. Now they're going to bring Brown in motion. They fake the toss. Zawada's going to be tripped up. A great play by Braxton Crow. He dropped Zawada back at the 10-yard line, and East has to go quickly now, down to 20 seconds left here in the first half.
And it doesn't look like they're in much of a hurry.
13 seconds. They'll snap the ball. Now he rolls to the far side. Zawada looking to the end zone. No one there. Finally has a man in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete with 3 seconds left. They're going to get one more attempt to get one in the end zone, but it looks like they might come out with a field goal team.
I think you have to try to put points up.
So the Bronx, again, bend but don't break.
And that receiver had gotten behind the defensive backs, and he was wide open in the back of the end zone.
It was just a little overthrown off the fingertips.
Yep.
And this is going to be another, let's see, they're placing the ball at the 17. So this will be a 27-yard field goal attempt for Blake Newc. Snap the ball, the hold's good, the kick is up, and it looks like it is good. So as we go to the half, East gets their second field goal of the game. A 27-yard field goal is good as time expires. And as we go to the half, it's the Bronx 14, Cheyenne East 6. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWIO. James Timberlake will have the halftime report when we come back right after this.
Hey, Colton, can you believe that the school year is in full swing again?
I can't even believe that I'm not in school anymore. Time really does fly.
Hi, this is Jill Bates.
And Colton Bates.
With the Bates team at Best. And we goes by in a hurry and recognize how valuable your time is. That's why we work hard to fit your busy schedule, making moving easier and help you plan the entire process.
We also know that it's not enough just to get the job done as we seek to do the absolute best quality of work for all of our clients.
Let this be the school year where you get everything you want done and more.
Give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwi.net.
Bring your cybersecurity within range. Cyber attacks don't just put your data at risk, they put your productivity at risk too. Range managed IT firewalls, next-gen endpoint protection, and staff training to keep your business safe. Let our experts take care of your company's cybersecurity so you can take care of business and live your West life. Visit range.net/managed services and protect your business today.
We all know what number 1 and number 2 are, but have you ever gone number 3? Well, if you have and you now need someone to come and fix your plumbing, there's only one call to make. A+ Plumbing has seen and dealt with it all over the years, and they will not judge you. Give them a call at 672-9454 and let them take care of your number 3. After all, they are number 1 in the number 2 business. A+ Plumbers, 672-9454.
It's time for the Powderhorn Halftime Show with James Timberlake. James will be back with scores from around the state and county sporting activities and what's happening with your Wyoming Cowboys and Denver Broncos after this. From your halftime show sponsor, the Powderhorn.
Celebrating 30 years of excellence, the Powderhorn Golf Community is Wyoming's premier golf destination. It all began with Homer Scott's visionary plan, creating an award-winning 27 holes of championship golf, a clubhouse filled with camaraderie, and a community like no other. Here, every view is a masterpiece, and every day feels like a getaway. Discover world-class golf, stunning homes, and join the vibrant community and club. Live where you play. Visit thepowderhorn.com today.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Powderhorn Halftime Report. I'm your host, James Timberlake. They have hit halftime all the way down on the other side of the state in Cheyenne between the Broncs and the T-Birds. Broncs are ahead 14-6, the halfway point. Welcome, Powderhorn Halftime Report, friends. I'm your host, James Timberlake. Coming up, we'll get you a schedule for the other local action for Sheridan High School, Bighorn, and Tongue River around the Cowboys State. Then we'll get you a preview of the Cowboys matchup with Colorado tomorrow, as well as a preview of the Broncos matchup with the Chargers on Sunday. First, though, let's take a look at the other football scores here tonight across the rest of the state of Wyoming. The Broncs and T-Birds matchup is the 1 versus 2 game in the 4A rankings, and the 3 versus 4 game is also going on tonight as 3rd-ranked Natrona County is over in Gillette taking on 4th-ranked Campbell County. Natrona is leading that one 17-7. 5th-ranked Cheyenne Central is just down the road taking on neighboring school Cheyenne South. Central is ahead in that matchup 35-0. Rock Springs is on the road taking on Laramie. Laramie is in front in that one 10-7. And wrapping up the 4A, Thunder Basin is on the road down in Casper taking on Kelly Walsh, and Thunder is on top in that one. They just scored 34-7. Both the local 2A schools are on the road tonight. Bighorn is on the east side of the state taking on Newcastle, and Bighorn is ahead right now 41-8 in that one. And finally, Tongue River is also on the east side of the state. They're taking on Moorcroft tonight. We'll keep you updated with that score as it comes in. It's been a little bit tricky trying to get a score for that one because there's no broadcast for it. So we'll keep you up to date on that one as we get the score for that one between Moorcroft and Tongue River. That's a look at the football scoreboard here tonight. Shane Parker will keep you posted, like I said, as best he can on those scores as they continue to come in. Let's flip over to the local sports schedule for the weekend. Starting things off on the volleyball court, the Sheridan Lady Broncs are at home tonight, playing in their home opener against Cheyenne South. Right now, the Lady Broncs won the first 2 sets in that matchup, 25-14 and 25-16, and they're still in action. We'll keep you up to date on that one as it keeps going, as it continues. They'll be at home again tomorrow. The Lady Broncs will be hosting Laramie. First serve for that matchup is set for noon. And the Bighorn Lady Ram volleyball team has the weekend off, but the Tongue River Lady Eagles will be busy on the road taking on Sundance tonight, and then they'll be back on the road again tomorrow taking on 3A level. The Wyoming State Golf Championships for each class are also this weekend. The 4A meet for the Broncs and Lady Broncs will be down in Cheyenne. The 2A meet for Bighorn and Tongue River will be down in Douglas. And all of those championships will start today, and they will conclude tomorrow as well. In cross country, Sheridan will be hosting the Michelle Ludwig Invitational up at the Sheridan VA Medical Facility this weekend. SHS, Bighorn, and Tongue River will all be competing in that with varsity races set to get underway at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And wrapping up the local action this weekend, the Sheridan Hawks have another 2 games this weekend, both on the road. They're taking on the Yellowstone Quake in Cody tonight, with the puck drop coming in here in just a couple of minutes. And then they'll be playing again tomorrow night in Cody against the Yellowstone Quake once again, with puck drop set for 7:05 in that one. That's a look at the local action this weekend around the Sheridan area. We'll keep you up to date with scores from those events over on the Sheridan Media Facebook page, as well in the sports section over on SheridanMedia.com as the weekend progresses. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll preview the Cowboys matchup with Colorado on Saturday and the Broncos matchup with the Chargers on Sunday. You're listening and watching the Powderhorn Halftime Report here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and on SheridanMedia.com. And welcome back to the Powderhorn Halftime Report. James Timberlake in the building here with you this evening. Welcome back. It's time to switch over to the regional side of things, starting with the Wyoming Cowboys. Oh, the Wyoming Cowboys. An honest question for the Cowboy faithful out there. Over the past 11 years, so back to like 2015, Craig Bohl's first year as head coach, how many times have you thought to yourself, quote, man, if we just had an effective offense, we could really be a good team? It's a rhetorical question. Obviously, I don't expect anyone to actually know the answer to that. But even I, someone who is not part of the Pokey Prideful or anything like that, the Poke Parade, thinks that they have really missed on a lot of opportunities to become a decent, even good team to great team in the Mountain West at the very least. To further prove the point, here is where the Cowboy offense is ranked in points per game since 2014. 110th, 116th, 25th, the breakout Josh Allen year. Then back to 105th, 119th, 92nd, 84th, 86th, 110th, 80th, 124th, and so far this year, 120th. In contrast, the Cowboy defense during that time finished outside the top 50 in points allowed per game just 4 times and even finished in the top 10 twice. It's gone from maybe it's a coaching problem to seemingly a full-on systemic issue within that program right now. The reason I bring this up is because last week's game against Utah was kind of the epitome of this offense epidemic for the Cowboys. A scenario for you. If I told you before the game on Saturday between Utah and Wyoming that the halftime score would be Utah leading 3-0, Utah will have missed 3 field goal attempts. They would go on to commit 10 penalties for 100 yards, and both teams will have lost a fumble. As a Poke fan, do you think they would have been able to pull off an upset victory there? Take away the fact that it was the Cowboys. If it was any other ranked Mountain West team or unranked Mountain West team against Utah in that scenario, do you think they go on to win or at the very least keep it close? I do. Now guess the final score. After a 3-0 halftime score, Utah would go on to win 31-6. The Utes scored on every single drive they had in the second half. Here is how all the Cowboys' drives went in the entire game from beginning to end. Punt, 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 fumble lost, punt, end of half, punt, interception, touchdown, end of game. The second half was a disaster for both sides of the ball, but the game was within striking distance at the halfway point, and again, the offense could not for the life of them do anything effective. Now look, I understand I may be overreacting to a one-game sample against a solid Utah team, but you look around the regional area and you see teams like Boise State make the college football playoff last season, North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Montana State, Montana, all with innovative and very effective offenses. What resources do programs like that that they have that Wyoming is seemingly unable to obtain? And more importantly, even if it is an overreaction to a one-game sample, what have fans seen in recent years to give them confidence that it's going to change? Teams like North Dakota State and South Dakota State could move up to the Mountain West and compete for the conference championship next season if they wanted to. And I promise you, it's not because they're out here pulling massive, highly rated recruits on either side of the football. The Cowboys will travel down to Boulder to take on Colorado this weekend. With head coach Deion Sanders, they become one of the bigger figureheads of modern college football. A lot of people will point to the record of the team ever since Deion has been there and say it's been a failure from that perspective, but I tend to disagree. People seem to forget how absolutely abysmal, absolutely terrible that program runs from 2006 to 2022. In that time, from 2006 to 2022, excluding 2020, they had one season where they went over 500. You also have to remember that just 10 years earlier, before 2006, Colorado was playing for national championships. And 15 years earlier, in 1990, they were national champions. The drop-off in the 2000s was sudden and surprising to a lot of people. Coach Prime hasn't fully turned things around to that level yet, but he has succeeded in something that the athletic department and the university probably would never point out. But it is obvious when you look at the attention they're getting. He's helped make that university a ton of money in his short amount of time there and given them a ton of attention as well. Now, this isn't last year's team. That was sporting a Heisman Trophy winner that played both sides of the ball in Travis Hunter and a dynamic quarterback in Shadir Sanders. They're a lot less dynamic on both sides of the ball. They don't really stick out at any position of note. The only part of their team that has succeeded over average this year has been their run game. They're in the top 40 at EPA per game and EPA per play when they do run the football. However, they also run it at one of the lowest clips in the country. The Cowboys should be able to run the ball effectively against the Buffaloes. We'll see if the Pokes can get something going in the right direction offensively in this one. As of writing this was surprising. As of writing this, UW sits at about a 12.5 to 13.5 point underdog, depending on where you look. We'll have all the action live for you, regardless, tomorrow night, right here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, with kickoff set for 8:15 that evening. The Broncos, they suffered a heartbreaking defeat last weekend against the Colts, 29-28. Denver had the game won as the last-second field goal from Colts kicker Spencer Schrader was missed, but a rare leverage penalty was called against Denver that gave Indy another shot at the kick from 45 yards out instead of 60. Schrader nailed it, stealing one away from the Broncos. Overall, it was a much more encouraging game for the Broncos on offense. Quarterback Bo Nix looked a lot more uncomfortable. He did throw one very bad pick early in the fourth quarter, but apart from that, he was only pressured 4 times the whole game, wasn't sacked. He only threw for 206 yards, but he was much more efficient and added 3 touchdowns through the air as well. The bigger concern came on the defensive end, and it might just be that the Colts could be a very good offense this season. Daniel Jones was very good, throwing for over 300 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor was gashing the Broncos on the ground all game, running for 165 yards on 25 carries. He also added 50 yards receiving with 1 touchdown as well. The pass rush for Denver was still very effective at getting in the backfield, pressuring Jones 17 times on 35 dropbacks, 45% pressure rate, but they could only get him on the ground once. The Colts have been a juggernaut on offense so far. They haven't had to punt yet. That's crazy. They have not had to punt a single time yet this season. They're scoring on an absurd 82% of their drives so far this year. Now, that is not going to last, obviously, but maybe the Colts offense is just good. I don't think anyone had that going into this season. The Broncos this week are on the road. They're taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, another team that has had a jump start to their season. The Chargers are 2-0 after beating the Chiefs on opening night and the Raiders on Monday. The Chargers team, this Chargers team, is sort of the opposite of the identity I think of when I think of head coach Jim Harbaugh. When I think of Jim Harbaugh, I think of those Michigan teams with Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum running for over 1,000 yards a season. I think of those San Francisco teams, 49er teams that were running zone read options with Colin Kaepernick and Frank Gore before it became kind of a staple again in the NFL. Then I go way back and think of those Stanford teams that were running a similar set with Andrew Luck, Toby Gerhart, and Stephon Taylor. But this Jim Harbaugh coach Chargers team on offense is not very good at running the football at all. In fact, they're a predominant passing team so far this year. Having a guy like Justin Herbert at quarterback helps make that decision for them, obviously. I would assume they're still running the football about 45% of the time, but when passing, they have an EPA per play of 0.36, which is good for second in the league, and they're top 3 in pass yards per game as well. It's a different story when rushing. They're 4th worst team in EPA per rush and have the 7th least rush yards per game as well. Their defense kind of tells a similar story. They've been very effective against the pass, mainly in coverage. They don't get a whole lot of pressures when rushing the quarterback. They don't get a whole lot of pressures, but they have been gashed at times on the ground as well. I expect the Broncos to come out and try to run the ball a lot in this game. Heavy dose of J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey, and even Bo Nix possibly to try to get the Chargers to sell out on the run game and allow Nix to get some more open looks over the top. If the Chargers are able to slow down the run effectively and force Nix to beat them with his arm, it will play right into how the Chargers have won both of their games this season. With the way the Chiefs have looked through 2 games, it kind of feels like the AFC West could be open to either the Broncos or the Chargers to take over this season. And if that becomes the case as the season goes along, this game could end up being a big one come season's end. We'll have all the action for you live between the Chargers and Broncos Sunday afternoon, with pregame scheduled for noon and kickoff scheduled for around 2:30. We'll also have the Sunday night game for you, which I believe is Giants-Chiefs. Another game that is important to the AFC West, obviously. We'll also have the Monday night game for you live as well. All of those will be on Fox Sports 106.3 FM, so stay tuned to that for all of your football action come Sunday. They're getting ready to start up the second half out in Cheyenne, so we're going to send it back out to Shane and Ryan Parker for kickoff. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. I've been your host, James Timberlake, and you've been listening and watching the Powderhorn Halftime Report.
Inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Online banking is fast and convenient with Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. If you have a smartphone, you can do your banking from anywhere, including remote deposit. Just take a picture of your check and send it. It's that easy. And you'll instantly have access to the first $200 available and the rest shortly thereafter. Yep, banking is that easy with remote deposit at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
At the Sheridan Recreation District, they believe everyone deserves access to play, learn, and grow, no matter your age or ability to pay. As a nonprofit, they rely on community support for special projects like memorial tree donations and the Kendrick Park Pool. Your donations also support youth and adult scholarships that give the opportunity for everyone to participate in programs but may lack the funds to do so. To donate, visit SheridanRecreation.com. Thank you, Sheridan, for keeping recreation alive for everyone.
Looking to jumpstart a paying career without a 4-year degree? At Sheridan College, their career and technical education programs offer hands-on training in everything from welding and agriculture to healthcare and advanced manufacturing. Get real-world experience, learn from industry pros, and graduate ready to join the work. Small class sizes, one-on-one faculty support, and scholarships, Sheridan College sets you up for success. Visit sheridan.edu/tech to explore programs, request info, and apply today. Sheridan College, your career starts here.
I'm Doug Hockett with Stiefel Investments, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium. Bronc football here on KWYO. Shane Parker along with Ryan Parker. And Ryan, in the first half, we knew we were going to have a pretty good football game here between two good high school football teams, but the Bronx just big played Cheyenne East. Cheyenne East controlled the ball. They ran the ball effectively. The Bronx did a decent job of starting to load the box a little bit and stretching it out and making good one-on-one tackles at times. But the Bronx just big played them.
Yeah, 2 big plays. You had the 71-yarder or
77, yep.
77, and then we had a 41-yarder as well. So I mentioned it in the first half that when Sheridan gets the ball, they want to try to score quick because they don't know how often they're going to get the ball.
Yep.
So you got to get points on the board every possession.
Still no turnovers in this ball game. We thought and talked to a couple people at halftime that are pretty sure that the Bronx did intercept that pass by Keegan Rager. Probably intercepted that pass. They said he was out of bounds, but looking back at a couple of replays on that thing, I think that Keegan probably did intercept the ball. It looked from here like his knees were able to get down inbounds, but still no turnovers in this ball game. But except on downs, the Bronx were able to take advantage of 1 turnover on downs in that first half. And the Bronx did have 3 different guys take snaps at quarterback: Andrew Adams, Blaine Phillips, and the one time that Haswell threw the 77-yard bomb to Breck Reed. So we're about ready to get things underway. The Bronx are going to get the ball here to start the second half, and it looks like they will receive on the north end of the field here. As the kickoff return team is back, they're gathered along the sideline ready to go here as we approach the end of the halftime, and the 3-minute warm-up period is just about over here. Homecoming activities here at Cheyenne East tonight, along with a marching band performance, a dance squad performance, cheerleaders performance. Boy, they had a long halftime, didn't they?
Yeah, and then they had to do the homecoming court as well. So, yeah, but the Bronx, they're going to receive here, and let's see if Cheyenne East will even give them an opportunity to return it.
Looks like it'll be Rogers and Reed back deep for the Bronx. The up backs will be Crow and Green. 12 minutes on the clock here as we get ready to start this third quarter. The Bronx lead it 14-6. 2 touchdowns for the Bronx, 2 field goals for the T-Birds. As we get ready to go here, not sure what the delay is. Oh, the chain gang. The old chain gang has they were late getting back from the concession stand, I guess, and haven't made their way. They're just now picking up the chains and going to go down towards the other end of the field. So once they are set, we will be ready to go. Slight breeze again blowing. This time it's blowing like east to west across the field, kind of a sideways breeze here. But not much of a breeze at all. So
shouldn't have much of an impact.
Yeah, the flags along the visitors' stands across the field are blowing a little bit, but not very hard. And it looks like, are we just about ready to go? There we go. They give the ball off to Newc, Blake Newc, the kicker for this East football team, and he will put the ball down at the 40, and the Bronx hope to get a return here. There's the whistle, and we are ready to get underway. Newc boots it, and it bounces at the 5. Reed, he'll pitch it. Actually, Reed gets it at the 10, cuts up field at the 15, and boy, he was swarmed under there. The toss kind of was low, and I think Breck had to almost take it off the turf.
Right.
And just kind of slowed things up. So the Bronx will start deep in their own end at the 15, maybe the 16-yard line they're going to give him. So not a great return for the Bronx.
That's unusual.
But Reed's going to come all the way out to the numbers on the near side. And it looks like it will be Blaine Phillips at quarterback. And the give is to Rager. Rager across the 20, and he'll be chopped down there. But just over the 20-yard line, a pick of about 4, maybe 5 yards there on first down. I think we'll give him 4.
I think we need to establish that running game a little bit here in the third quarter so it can open up, those big plays down the field.
So Blaine again, 2 receivers in the formation. Again, they'll give it to Rager. Rager Bounces it across the 20, the 25, breaks a tackle. He's got the first down out near the 29-yard line. Just hard-nosed running.
Boy, he just kept those legs moving, and they couldn't bring him down until he got across that line to gain.
So Rager, those strong wrestling legs that he has, kept him churning and just drug a would-be tackler with him out across the 25 to the 29 and sets up a first down for the Bronx as they get out of the shadow of their own end zone. 11 minutes to go here in the third, 1 minute gone in the second half. Phillips fakes the give, throws one deep. Rogers, the intended receiver, and the defensive back just jumped right into Gage Rogers.
He never turned around and looked for the ball.
Yeah, and he just jumped right into the would-be receiver, Gage Rogers, who had beat him on the play. And so that's
easy call for that back judge to make.
That's going to be 15 yards, and that'll be a Bronx first down out near the 45-yard line. Actually, they'll put it down probably at the 44 after they step off the 15. So the Bronx approach midfield. That was a good ball by Blaine, just maybe a little too much air left under it.
Yep.
But Gage did a nice job of coming back to it, forcing that penalty on the defensive back. So again, just two receivers in the formation. Rager alongside Phillips. And now we've got a false start on the Bronx. Boy.
I think that was that far side receiver that moved.
It was Rogers.
He owned it. He just pats himself on the chest, say, sorry guys, my fault.
That'll back him up 5. 1st and 15 now for the Bronx.
Gosh, you can't have those little mental breakdowns.
Blaine called for the ball, but then, as they always do, they don't move, and they look to the sideline to get a second set of calls in. This time, they will give the ball to Rager again. Rager cuts inside, dives across the 40 to about the 44, back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe even a little bit over. I think they're going to give him
I think they gave him a yard.
About 6 yards on the carry out to the 45-yard line. So good hard-nosed running again by Keegan.
Gets that penalty yardage right back.
Well, it keeps the clock running. And
sure.
It's second down and 9. They need 5-6 yards here on second down. Now they're going to bring two receivers to the near side with Haswell in the slot. Rager points out something on the defense. Now they bring Reed in motion. Reed. They fake the give. No, they do give it to him. Reed uses his speed. He's down the far side. He's got enough for the Bronx first down. Out across midfield and run out of bounds inside the 30 or the 45 of East down to about the 42-yard line.
Good run. Good patience to get to that edge, and then he just showed off that speed.
Boy, it took a long time to develop. Really, I didn't know if Blaine pulled that ball, but the way that Breck was running, kind of thought he might have it, and he was able to get to the edge and got down that far sideline. Out of bounds, so the clock is stopped with 9:58 to go here in the third. The Bronx inside East territory now. Ball at the 42. Blaine fakes the give, looks downfield, has a man along the far sideline. Breck, and it's going to be incomplete. Good defense that time. Yep. The defender was trailing, but jumped just at the right time to knock the ball away from Breck Reed.
Yeah, that was good coverage by Cheyenne East right there.
So the safety had come over and helped on that play.
But I like the play call on first down, though.
Not leaving the cornerback all alone over there. Now second down and 10 with 9:52 to go in the third. Two receivers in the formation. Now they bring Greer across the formation. And they give it to Rager. Rager has a hole. He's across the 40, drives down, and the ball going to be just shy of the 35-yard line. Makes it third and manageable now for the Bronx at about the 36-yard line. It's going to be third down and about 4 yards now for the Bronx.
Good hard run once again.
So the ball's on the 36. Sheridan volleyball with a sweep of Cheyenne South tonight. 25-16, 25-14, 25-19. So they sweep Cheyenne South at home. Their first home match of the season. Rager, again, get the handoff, and he's going to be close. Does he have enough for the first down? I think he's going to be just shy. They have him spotted about the 33-yard line. He's got to get to the 32. It's going to be 4th and 1 for the Broncs. And now Haswell will come in at the Wildcat position here. 4th down and a yard for the Broncs.
If East has watched any film, they should know what's coming right now.
But can they stop it?
Right.
Haswell right up the gut. He's got enough for the first down across the 30, inside the 30 of East. And so Haswell brings it to the 27-yard line, and the Broncs will reset with a new set of downs. 8:35 to go here in the first. The Broncs have kept it this entire third quarter so far, driven from their own 15-yard line. It's where this drive started. They've got to get points on this drive. Haswell again looks for a block. He's got 4 or 5, keeps those legs churning, and he's going to pick up 5 or 6 yards on the play on first down, just shy of the 20, maybe the 22-yard line. So they'll give him 5 full yards on the first down run. And now Blaine Phillips back in at quarterback. Greer, he'll be the up back. 2 receivers come to the near side. That's Rudy Green in the slot and Gage Rogers to the outside. The Broncs have got to get this play off. And they may, let's see, 3. They just get the play off. Phillips goes right up the middle. He's got the Bronc first down at the 15-yard line.
Nice patience there by Blaine, letting that hole open up, and then, boy, he hit that hole hard.
How about the offensive line?
Yeah.
They are just opening holes for these Broncs to run behind, and they keep doing it play after play.
I'm sure Coach Reiser had a good pep talk with them at halftime, and they've come out on this first series.
Nathan Bloom and Sam Huffman and Kieran Rapucci and Fisher Peldo and Brady Hartman, those guys just continue to get it done for the Broncs in the trenches. Green goes in motion. Blaine, he'll get behind one of those guys, dive near the 10. He'll be taken down. Oh, there's a late flag comes in. Late flag.
Against the Broncs.
Against the Broncs. So Blaine dove near the 10. I think they'd spot him down about the 12-yard line. But we have a block in the back on the Broncs, not a hold.
On a run play.
So that'll back the ball up from the 12, because it happened right there. So the ball will be spotted at the 22-yard line. They'll replay first down from the 22. Boy, the Bronc coaching staff, they're like a block in the back on a run play?
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the signals coming in. First down and about, we'll call it, 16? First and 16 for the Broncs from the 22.
Scoreboard says 18, but they need to get to about the 5 for a first down.
Oh, and Blaine's going to be sacked. The ball comes loose, but they get back on it at about the 30-yard line. Boy, that puts the Broncs back deep on their heels now, back at the 30-yard line.
Yep.
And that's going to bring up second and about 25, 24. Second down and 24 now for the Broncs. The ball's at the 29-yard line. Phillips with Rager lined up beside him in the pistol. 3 receivers to the near side. Phillips looks downfield, has Haswell, and it's going to be caught at about the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down play now for the Broncs. Actually, third down.
Third down.
It'll be third down now from the 21-yard line.
And we need the 5 for a first down.
3rd and 15 for the Bronx. Pretty much same formation. Green and Rogers to the near side. Rager in the backfield. They're going to bring Green in motion. They fake it to him. Blaine pulls the ball, dives inside. He's at the 10, and he's stacked up right there at the 10-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 4 or 5 for the Bronx. From the 10-yard line, with 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, the Bronx have kept it the entire quarter.
And I think, well, William Greer's coming in, but I think that they're going to go for this.
Well, Haswell is in at Wildcat.
Need to get to the 5 for a first down.
Haswell takes it. He's across the 5. He dives for the end zone. The ball, they said he was down at the 1-yard line, but Haswell picks up the first down for the Bronx. Boy, hard run.
Yeah.
Dude, when you see Beck Haswell, he is 6'3", 220 pounds, and he just is a head of steam. You do not want to get in his way.
No, not at all.
He trucked one guy and got down to the 1-yard line. He was trying to stretch for the goal line. They said he was down at the 1. So the Bronx have it 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, and they have taken this play started all the way back at the 15.
Yep.
Haswell again gets behind the big
And
offensive line. He's in for the Bronx touchdown. With 4:11 to go here in the third, the Bronx ate up almost 7 full minutes.
And Coach Mallory talked about those long drives, that if you got to do it, you better get points at the end.
Haswell from 1 yard out gives the Bronx now almost a 2-touchdown lead. So now William Greer will come on for the extra point. The snap's good, the hold is good, and
it's blocked.
It is blocked. Boy. There, and that's, hey, East just got their point back. They have 2 field goals. So with 4:11 left here in the third quarter, it's the Bronx 20, Cheyenne East 6. We'll be back with more Bronx football right here on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Introducing Transfer the Cents from Security State Bank. About it. Every time you use your debit card, we round up your purchase to the nearest dollar and move the change into an account of your choosing, free of charge. It's automatic, effortless, and adds up fast. Start saving with every swipe. Ask about today. Security State Bank, small enough to listen, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
This is Kent Sherwood with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Okie Blanchard Stadium. And Ryan, boy, what a 18-yard line to open the third quarter. There's 4 minutes and 11 seconds left, and East hasn't even touched the ball here in the third. The Bronx overcame penalties, a sack in there as well, and they were still able to drive the field and score a touchdown.
Yeah, I just wish that they would have got that extra point so we're not chasing that. We've talked about that on the air before, about chasing that extra point, but you know, they did what they needed to do, took almost 7 minutes off the clock, and defense got to rest.
Yep. Well, a lot of these guys go both ways. But.
Sure.
William Greer now has it teed up. And this one is deep, and it will be into the end zone for the touchback. So a good kick by Greer, and East will start at their own 20-yard line. 4:11 left here in the third. And the Bronx leading 20-6 on the range scoreboard. A 14-point lead for the Bronx. So East's offense will gather, and they will come out on the field again. Next week, the Bronx will be on the road again, and they will travel to play at Casper Kelly Walsh next Friday night at 6. We'll have that for you here on KWIO as well. So 3 receivers in the formation, and now they're going to bring Eldridge in motion. They give the ball to Brown. Brown stretches it out, gets by 1 tackle, and he'll run out of bounds after a 3 or 4 yard gain. Gage Rogers was the first Bronx there. Couldn't quite get to Brown, but slowed him up enough. And it's a 4-yard gain on first down for Keyshawn Brown. He ran out of bounds, so the clock will stop with 4:05.
This whole game, man, he's kind of been shying away from any contact.
Yep.
I mean, I understand why they're doing it now to save the clock, but
this time it's Zawada. He'll be straight up the middle across the 25 to the 29-yard line. It'll be close to the first down, but I think it's going to be just shy. It'll be 3rd and inches.
Yeah.
So Zawada straight up the middle behind that big offensive line. And the Bronx defense lines back up as East comes quickly back to the line of scrimmage. That's one thing we haven't really seen is the up-tempo from East tonight.
Yeah.
This time they give it to Brown. He'll have enough for the first down. He'll dive across the 30 to about the 33 or 34, and East will get a new set there. So a first down run by Keyshawn Brown. Keegan Rager off the bottom of the pile for the Bronx. Andrew Adams back in on defense for the Bronx. This time, Brown goes in motion. They find Cooper at the 40. Cooper breaks a tackle. Another tackle across the 45, and he's dropped at the 47-yard line. That's going to be another East first down.
boy, Zawada's been pretty accurate tonight. I don't know what exactly his stats are, but he hasn't missed many.
Missed that one in the back of the end zone towards the right at the end of the first half. But Cooper with the catch there, and quickly they're back to the line of scrimmage. Brown lined up right next door, and they fake it to him, and Zawada keeps this one for a yard.
Haswell came from that far side.
Haswell with the tackle for a 1-yard gain to the East 48.
And the clock continues to run.
Yeah, boy.
Quick third quarter.
5 plays here in the third quarter offensively for East. And now East will send 2 receivers to the far side, 2 lined up here to the short side. And Zawada, little wide receiver screen, has Eldridge, but it's going to be for a short gain out across the midfield to the Bronx 49. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Nice open field tackle over there.
Was that Rudy Green that was that? Yeah, Rudy Green made that open field tackle. So it'll be 3rd and 6 for the T-Birds. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bronx leading 20-6 on the range scoreboard. 3 receivers now to this near side, the wide side of the field. Zawada, he comes to the near side, has a Brown. Brown catches and steps out of bounds at the 40.
He's going to be short.
It's going to bring up 4th down right at the 45-yard line. 4th and about 2 for East. So let's see, East, this is probably 4-down territory here for the T-Birds. Zawada and Brown will be in the backfield along with the up back. That's Clayton Zom. He's been that leading blocking back most of the night. So 2 receivers to the far side. They'll line up Cooper here to the near side. 4th down, and we'll call it 2 for the T-Birds. They bring Com in motion. Now they bring Brown in motion. Zawada, he's going to come to the near side. Has Brown, and they say he caught it. Boy, it looked like he was out of bounds to me. I didn't have a great look at it, but he was right along the sideline.
Yep.
First down at the Bronx 40-yard line. So the clock stops with 1:28 to go here in the third. East now at the Bronx 40 with a new set of downs.
It's really hard to see this near sideline with all the other reserves for East standing there.
Zawada follows a blocker, gets outside, gets around the edge, and he'll dive out of bounds. Boy, it looked like a big hold along the edge here. No call that sprung Zawada for about 7 yards. The Bronx defense now 2nd down and 3. East at the Bronx 33. Zawada all alone. He'll drop straight back. Has a man down the middle. It's Brown at the 10, and he breaks right through 2 defenders and goes in for the touchdown.
Andrew Adams was right there. And Brown just Adams didn't wrap up, and Brown just made a little spin move and walked right into the end zone.
So Zawada to Brown for 33 yards. And East climbs back within a touchdown. Now Newc on for the extra point. The snap good, the hold's good, the kick is up, and it is good. With 1:17 remaining here in the third quarter, it's the Bronx 20, Cheyenne East 13. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium here in Cheyenne. The Bronx just gave up a long touchdown drive to East to answer the Bronx touchdown drive. Ryan, each team's had the ball one time here in the third quarter, and there's 1:17 left in the quarter.
Yeah, both teams had sustained drives.
Yep.
And, let's see. We know it doesn't take Sheridan long to score, so let's see if they can get another one here before the end of the third quarter.
1:17 left in the third. Newc has it teed up. And we are about ready to get this thing back underway. And Newc, he'll let this one, it'll bounce and roll into the end zone. So the Bronx will start at their own 20-yard line. And the offense comes back out on the field. Let's see who the quarterback will be on this series. Looks like it's Andrew Adams to start the series anyway. So Adams and Haswell. And it looks like Keegan Rager in the backfield for the Bronx. The up back will be Braxton Crow, 2 receivers in the formation. And they toss it to Rager. Rager bounces it outside. He's across the 25 and taken down at about the 28 or 29-yard line. They might even give him the 30. That might be a Bronx first down.
I think this near side official, I think they're giving it to him.
It's on the 30. That is enough for a Bronx first down. On the first play, they go for 10 on the pitch to Rager. Rager was out of bounds, so 1:11 left here in the third. Bronx leading 20-13 on the range scoreboard. Give inside to Rager, breaks a tackle at the 32 and falls forward to about the 30. We'll call it the 35-yard line. The ball is going to be just right at the 35. So a 5-yard gain on first down. So second down and 5 for the Bronx. Haswell and Reed go to the far side. Gage Rogers comes to the near side. That's the short side of the field. Adams. Now they look to the sideline to get a second set of plays. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Now Rager will move to the right side of the formation. And they give it to him. He cuts it up inside, has fallen forward. He's just going to be shy. On second down, he'll have the Bronx at 3rd and 1 after a 4-yard gain there on second down. Boy, that play took a long time to get going. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. 5 seconds to go, but they'll just let this thing run out. At the end of 3, it's the Bronx 20 and Cheyenne East 13. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Is your AC working? But only kind of. Well, it's time to call Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning. He'll cool your house faster than you can say, "Why is the dog lying on the tile again?" But hey, Carl doesn't just battle heat. He also tackles radon mitigation. Because what's worse than being hot and cranky? Breathing radioactive gas while being hot and cranky. Don't sweat it. Carl's got this. Find Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning in the Country Bounties business directory.
Doug, we really got to stop meeting like this.
Let me guess, mailbox again?
This time it was a decorative boulder. I swear it rolled into my car.
Bob the Waring Chevrolet Body Shop has you covered. Dents, stings, bumpers, bruises. We've seen a lot worse. Remember the guy who tried to wax his car with cooking spray?
Okay, I feel better now.
Our crew will fix it right, match the paint perfectly. It's what we do.
Waring Chevrolet Body Shop, fast, friendly, fully prepared for whatever you run into. 107 East Alger, WaringSheridan.com.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium here in the capital city. Cheyenne East will try to stop the Bronx here. 3rd and 1. The Bronx have it at their own 39-yard line. All 3 plays here have been to Keegan Rager. And Haswell will take the snap. He'll have enough for the first down and more. He's across midfield and falls across the 50 down to the 49. That'll be enough for a Bronx first down with plenty more. Actually at the 48-yard line.
I was gonna say, I think they gave him the 48.
Boy, good.
Nice run, hard run by Haswell.
So Haswell will check out after that run by the Bronx. That's a 13-yard run on 3rd and 1. And the Bronx have it back in East Territory. Liam Weber will be the receiver to the near side. Rogers and Bodanovic to the far side.
And Sheridan's going to be content to take their time.
So good hard-nosed run by Keegan, yard line.
Kind of like 2 weeks ago when they just used the heck out of Keegan the entire game. He's been a workhorse tonight.
1 minute gone here in the 4th and final quarter. The Bronx leading 20-13 on the range scoreboard. Boy, both backs now in the pistol. 3 receivers, they bring a man in motion. Adams again to Rager. Rager bounces, falls forward to about the 40-yard line. I think they're going to give him the 40. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Bronx. And Hazzy is coming back in, and this is probably where he will get the ball again. And that Bronx offensive line just keeps
doing their job, don't they?
Working the trenches.
And that's not easy because those Cheyenne East defensive linemen, they are big boys.
So Haswell in the Wildcat, again, straight up the middle. He's going to dive forward. He's going to have enough for the Bronx first down. Boy, there was a guy coming from the backside as Haswell was coming down the line of scrimmage, but he
just kind of paralleled and then turned it up at the right time and got, 3 when we needed 2?
He got 4, I think, down to the East 36-yard line. So now 2 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter, and the Bronx are driving again. Breck Reed, Gage Rogers will come to the near side as the receivers. Rudy Green to the far side. And the Bronx, boy, they're going to have to hurry. And they do get it off. They give the jet sweep to Reed. Reed has enough for the Bronx first down.
Oh.
Are they going to give it to him there?
Let's see where they spot it.
Right about the 26-yard line. Actually, it is going to be just shy, I think. We'll give him 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and short for the Bronx from the 26, just outside the 26. Haswell back in, but Andrew Adams is there as well. So let's see where Haswell lines up this play. William Greer back into the ballgame as well for the Bronx. 3 minutes now gone here in the 4th quarter. The Bronx again leading 20-13 on the range scoreboard. Again, the Bronx using every minute possible. Adams Takes the snap. Looks down the seam. Has a man. It's incomplete.
Dropped.
Off the hands of William Greer.
I do like that play call, though, because, I mean, they're second and inches, so you might as well take a shot at it. Not that the first down is guaranteed, but I'd put all my chips in.
Boy, 3rd and inches now for the Bronx. He'll give it to Key. He's to the 20, puts his head down. He's down to the 15, inside the 15 to the 20. And Keegan, he might have to, he got up a little bit slow. I think he's going to have to go out for a play. And Braxton Crow comes in. Keegan trots off the field. Sorry if you lost us for a second. I think we're having some internet issues we've had kind of all night. Adams, again, he's going to go right up the middle this time, follow his blocker to the 5, and he'll be to the 5-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down now for the Bronx, and is this where Haswell will come in? And there is an East player. Looks like he's an injured East player on the field, so there will be a quick timeout. And both teams will go to the sideline. Ryan, 7:14 left here. The Bronx got this ball to start the fourth quarter, and they haven't given the ball back. To East here.
They've attempted one pass on this drive, and it was incomplete. But the offensive line is just doing their job, and those backs are able to hit the holes and keep moving the chains.
So it looks like one of the D linemen is maybe the player down, and it looks like maybe he's just cramping because they're stretching that calf a little bit. Yeah, they're going to help him up now. It looks like he'll be okay.
He'll just have to come out for one play.
Yep, 3rd down and about 3. I guess the ball is just outside the 5, and we got to get to about the 2. So 3rd down for the Bronx. And I think Haswell will be the snap receiver here. Haswell calls for the ball. Oh, are we going to get a false start? We do. Oh, my goodness.
Dang it.
It's a false start on the Bronx.
Well, that changes everything now.
So it's 3rd down and 8 now for the Bronx. I don't know if they said that Haswell left a little early before the snap was actually on its way. Anyway, 3rd down. This is probably 2-down territory for the Bronx. Haswell dives inside the 5, dives for the end zone, and he's down at the 1. Oh no, one guy says touchdown. This guy, the near official says touchdown.
They're going to have to talk about it.
The far official says down at inside the 1.
Let's see. Either way, it's either a touchdown or a first down.
Well, it's a first down for the Bronx inside the 1-yard line. And the clock the clock needs to run. There we go, clock running. 6:45 remaining. Haswell again. Takes it right behind that line of scrimmage and plows his way in for the Sheridan Bronc touchdown. With 6:40 remaining here in the ball game, the Broncs are back in the end zone. So Haswell has 2, Reed has 2, and the Broncs, are they going to go for 2 here?
Nope, I just saw him bring the tee out. I was wondering the same thing, but, to get that point back, I thought that they might go for 2. But William Greer's lined up, try to make this 27-13.
Make it a 14-point game. Snaps good, holds good, kick is up, and it is good. With 6:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter, it's the Broncs 27, Cheyenne East 13. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Leaves crunching, kettles whistling, football helmets colliding, families chattering, the sounds of fall. Hearing loss can be a subtle thief, taking away these precious sounds and others that make our lives so rich. If you think you or a loved one may be struggling, please call our office to schedule your free hearing test and consultation. There is nothing to lose and everything to gain. Let the changing seasons encourage you to make a positive change for better hearing. Call 64-hearing.com to Sherwin-Williams.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium. The Broncs get a fourth quarter touchdown here from Beck Haswell, and they lead this thing 27-13 on the range scoreboard. And Ryan, 6:40. East has been, both teams have all
So, yeah, keep doing the top and get the ball back.
So 6:40 to go. William Greer has it teed up. That one's going to reach the end zone for sure. It lands about 4 yards deep.
Great time for that kick.
And East will take over at their own 20-yard line. So the Broncs offense responded to start that fourth quarter. They were able to get good line play again and just pretty much ran the ball right at Cheyenne East.
Yeah. They didn't, I don't think that, maybe they threw the ball once or twice.
They threw it one time on that series. It was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Want to apologize. The internet here at Cheyenne East has not been the greatest, so there's been a little bit of in and out. We apologize for that tonight, but when you rely on internet signal, we just do the best we can here. So Zawada, he's going to bring 4 receivers in the formation now. He'll come to the near side, has a man at the 20, 25. Breaks a tackle and be tackled out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain to Tyree McCord. So they brought 4 receivers. That's the first time we see 4 receivers in the formation tonight for the Broncos, East.
Well, they know that they've got to score twice, so I think they're going to probably open up this passing game a little bit. So the Broncs defensive backs need to be ready.
And now we've got an official's timeout. Somebody lost one of the East players lost their shoe. So he gets it back on. That's Eldridge, who blew a tire, as they say. Clock running again. Zawada, again, with 4 receivers in the formation. This time he's going to drop straight back, has a man along the sideline, and out of bounds is Cooper Hasler. And the Broncs will give up the 3, 4, 5-yarders all night long.
But we want to keep him in bounds.
We want to try to tackle him in bounds.
They've ran that same play probably 10 times tonight.
7 yards on first down there for East, out to their own 41-yard line. Now they'll send 3 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near side. Again, they run him short. Zawada grabbed at the 40 and stood up there. He's going to be close to the first down. Let's see if they're going to give it to him. Zawada fought off 1 guy and was able to fight forward, and it will be a first down at the East 40 2-yard line. 6:03 remaining, and we wind the clock with the Broncs leading this thing 27-13. 4 receivers. Zawada calls for the ball. He'll drop straight back. Now he's flushed. He goes to the far side. Haswell can't get him there. Zawada then runs out of bounds across midfield at about the 49.
Gosh.
Boy, Zawada showed off his speed and was able to get by Haswell.
Yeah.
For 9 yards into Bronc territory at the 49. Out of bounds, stops the clock with 5:43 remaining.
So 2nd and short coming up.
And you know they'll be in 4-down territory at any point now, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Zawada again, wide receiver screen to Brown. Brown makes a man miss to the near side, out of bounds across about the 40, 39-yard line. Enough for another East first down. Looked like one of our DBs got held again on the edge, but no call there. And Newman's going to go to the far side. He was on the near side this last play. And quickly back to the line of scrimmage is East. 5:36 to go here in the ballgame. Zawada again, drops straight back, has a man down the sideline, and it's going to be caught inside the 10-yard line. That's going to be the big receiver on the outside.
Oh, now we got a flag.
Tyree McCord.
Did he push Breck Reed down, or is that going to be on Sheridan?
Well,
it came in late.
Let's see what the call is here. If it's on Sheridan, it'll be half the distance to the goal line. If it's on East, it'll back him up 15 from the 12. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Offsetting unsportsmanlike, they called.
So, no harm, no foul.
Yeah. They'll just place the ball at the Bronx 7-yard line. So offsetting penalty, dual unsportsmanlike, one on each player. And Zawada quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 4 receivers. He's going to roll to that far side, has a group of men there. Now he's running, and he's going to be tackled at about the 10-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 3 back to the 10, but it was inbounds, and the clock keeps running. So they'll spot the ball just inside the 10-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 10. Under 5 minutes to go now on the range scoreboard. The Broncs lead 27-13. Zawada sends 2 receivers to that short side on the far side. Looking into the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man.
3rd and goal from the 10.
Boy, Zawada just underthrew that. That guy was open over there on the far side at about the 2-yard line.
And he short-hopped it into him.
Yep.
And now Haswell back into the ball game. He had to go out for a little breather there. But the incomplete pass stops the clock with 4:49. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Zawada, he's going to send 3 receivers here to the wide side. He's going to roll to the wide side. Haswell looking. They've got a man, and it's caught for the touchdown. And it's the same receiver, Tyree McCord, in for the touchdown. With 4:42, boy, he caught that right at the pylon.
Yep. The referee was right there, though.
So Zawada hits McCord. And now Newc will come on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. With 4:42 remaining here in the ballgame, it's the Broncs 27, Cheyenne East 20. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Since 1935, First Federal Bank and Trust has been a cornerstone of Sheridan.
And to celebrate 90 years of community commitment, we're donating $90,000 to 10 nonprofit organizations in Sheridan. Each month through November, we'll honor our legacy of community support by investing in a local nonprofit.
This month, First Federal will award $9,000 to the Child Development Center.
90 years, $90,000. Community commitment at its finest. Visit efirstfederal.bank, member FDIC.
Breakfast for just $5? Yep, you heard it right. McDonald's has your morning covered with a sausage McMuffin, crispy hash browns, and a small coffee, only $5.
Or maybe you're hungry for a classic Big Mac. Get the legendary Big Mac, medium fries, and an icy cold drink, all for just $8.
Better hurry, these extra value meal deals are here for a limited time at your locally owned McDonald's in Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium here in Cheyenne at Cheyenne East High School. And Ryan, is this a point? I mean, there's 4:42 left. East trails by a touchdown. Is this a place where you would maybe see a onside kick by Cheyenne East? The Bronx have the Bronx think so because they have their hands team out.
They do.
And only one guy back, and that's Breck Reed, and he's standing at the 20-yard line.
Man, I don't know. I don't think that I want to give Sheridan a short field. But let's see what Coach Goff calls up.
And they are going to onside kick this thing, and the Bronx will have it at their own 48-yard line. Beck Haswell grabbed it and fell to the ground, and that's where the Bronx will take over.
Did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yep.
Caught it and went directly to the ground.
The ball didn't take that awkward hop that you hope that it does off the turf. Just took one bounce and then right into the arms of Haswell. And this is where you just have to ground and pound. Andrew Adams is in the ball game. Keegan Rager, the back behind him. East does have all 3 timeouts. Adams calls for the ball. They give it to Rager. Rager stood up, finds a crease into East territory to about the 47-yard line.
About 5
so
yards?
Give him 5 yards there on first down.
It'll be interesting to see when Coach Goff decides to start using his timeouts.
Because there's 4:15 left here now. Liam Weber will come to the near side as the wideout. Rogers, he will line up in the slot. The Bronx have 12 men on the field.
Yeah. Someone doesn't know.
But he can't call the flag yet. They don't huddle, so you can't have 12 men in the huddle.
Right.
They were still getting the play call in. They don't have to. Yeah, they're going to have to. The officials are talking, but I think they're going to have to wave this off. Oh, they are going to call it. Oh my goodness, that is
wow.
That is so poor.
I would like to hear the explanation.
Now they wind the clock. It's going to be second down and a long 10 now for the Bronx. Adams now has Breck Reed lined up next to him. And the Reed to the midfield. I thought I heard a whistle.
I thought I heard a whistle too, but it must have been in the stands.
It might have come from the stands. Now East is going to take a timeout with 3.5 minutes left.
But that was a botched play too.
Oh, big time.
But I think they heard the whistles.
Yeah, I thought the Bronx they heard a whistle. And we're just gonna keep it right here, Ryan. With 3:31 to go here in the ball game, East takes their first time out of the second half. The Bronx leading 27-20 as they work here. It'll be third down and about 7 when they come out of the huddle. And we'll see, will it be Beck Haswell at that wildcat spot here? He's been able to pick up 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. If he could do that, it would set him up 4th and short.
And the way that this offensive line has been playing tonight, they've done a darn good job.
I don't know if you want to, if you don't have to give the ball back to East, do you?
Right.
Do you punt the ball back to them the way they moved the ball on the last series? Yeah, no Andrew Adams out of that huddle, so it will be Haswell.
Is he going to run it or throw it though?
Well, they're not throwing the ball here. Haswell gets behind one man, falls, and I think he's got it. Oh, they're going to mark him short, aren't they? No.
I don't know.
See. Yep. They're going to mark him short by a yard. So he got 6 of the 7.
Maybe only a football length.
It'll be 4th and 1 now for the Bronx. Haswell again. Calls for the ball. This time he goes off the other side. He dives forward. He's got the first down. He has got the first down.
Everybody here in Cheyenne is celebrating like they got the stop.
No, he got the first down for sure. And they're going to measure.
They're going to measure.
Oh, my God.
Let's see.
He was well past the sticks.
Oh, they're going to measure it.
He was well past the sticks. And that official on the far side came in. The official on the near side, he had him well past. They stretch the chain out, and they say it's East football.
Wow.
He had that thing by a full yard. I know he did.
Well, now it's time for the defense to grind.
The Bronx coaching staff's out on the field. I'm not sure why. But the Bronx coaching staff is on the field. Are they going to have to?
What in the world?
Oh, they're saying it's East ball. Unbelievable. Coach Maui is saying you did not line that up right on the front side of the line or something. That's what they're saying.
Yep, he's getting an explanation from the head official.
Well, there's 2:59 remaining. The Bronx the defense just has to show up here now.
Yep. Well, and we're still up. We're still up 7. But let's go.
And Beck Haswell had that by at least a yard. At least a yard.
Well, now the defense needs to grind.
Brown comes in motion. They look to swing it to him. The ball is thrown, and it is going to be intercepted by Gage Rogers. The Bronx got the ball back. Now the 40. He's down the far sideline. He's at the 30 and run out of bounds. At the 30-yard line, the Bronx said, take that.
And Gage lowered his shoulder down there at about the 25 and gave that defender some business.
So the first turnover of the ball game is Gage Rogers with the big interception.
And you could just watch that develop. Zawada threw it into double coverage.
He kept himself from going out of bounds.
Yep. And Zawada threw it into double coverage over there, and Rogers came from the middle of the field and just grabbed it.
And so the Bronx will take over now at the East 26-yard line with 2:46 left, up by a touchdown.
We just need to punch one in.
Haswell. Boy, not much there that time. He'll get maybe a yard to the 25-yard line.
Is East not going to use any timeouts?
They're not yet.
They got
As
2
we approach
left.
2.5 minutes left here in the ball game, it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Bronx.
Yeah, East tried to hit a big one right off that turnover. They had some momentum after stopping Sheridan, and didn't quite work.
So the ball's just shy of the 25-yard line of East.
Boy, what a battle tonight, though.
I'm wondering if the Bronx just might call timeout here because I think they're going to have to call a timeout because the play clock is going to run down, and they do.
Yeah.
So with 1:58 to go here in the ball game, the Bronx call their first timeout of the third quarter. We'll take a quick timeout. Hear from our sponsors. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty and Pinnacle Home and Land Group. I'd like to invite you to take a look at my newest listing at 736 West 15th Street. This is a darling 3-bedroom home with an awesome 1,200 square foot shop. The home sits on a beautiful half acre with mature landscaping and a fantastic greenhouse. There are no covenants and C2 zoning for business opportunity. Come enjoy. Call me, Kim Hall, at 520-227-5543 for a showing today.
This is Terry Winnup with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
All right, the Bronx defense responded when they had to, and now the Bronx have it 2nd down and 9 at the East, just outside the East 25, with 1:58 left here in the ball game.
You know, East took a shot. They had the momentum going, and they took a shot, and
now it's going to be Breck Reed at that. Oh, and he fumbled the ball, but he got back on it. Oh, my goodness. Breck Reed.
Oh, no, he didn't get on it.
And East got the ball back. So Sheridan turns it right back over to East.
Wow.
With 1:53 left here in the ball game.
No turnovers in the entire game. 2 turnovers in the last, 30 seconds. Well, both teams have 2 timeouts.
And Sheridan just gifted East another opportunity, putting the ball on the ground for the first time this year.
So uncharacteristic.
4 receivers in the formation. Zawada downfield has a man.
Incomplete.
It's incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 1:48 to go. I think the intended receiver was Cooper. Alex Cooper threw his hands along the sideline out of bounds, 2nd down. Quickly, Zawada brings them back. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Zawada, again, drops straight back. Now he's up the middle, breaks a tackle at the 25.
There you go.
And driven back at the 30-yard line. Did get to the 30, but it'll be 3rd down.
Who was that?
And about 8.
Was that William Greer?
Yep. Greer off the bottom of the pile, and the clock keeps ticking, even though East has 2 timeouts. 1:25 to go here in the ball game. Zawada, 3rd down and 8 for East. Now they're going to bring Johnson into the backfield. He'll line up on the right side. And now we've got whistles, and Sheridan wants a timeout. So with 1:13 remaining here in the ball game, Sheridan uses their 2nd timeout of the half. We'll take timeout as well. We're back with the finish right after this.
We're more than just a bank. We're part of the community. Hi, this is David Hubert from First Bank of Wyoming. From small towns to big dreams, we are here for our customers, helping Wyoming grow. Whether you're saving for the future, expanding your business, or buying your first home, we're here every step of the way. First Bank of Wyoming, local, trusted, and always by your side. First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Cheyenne East High School, Oakey Blanchard Stadium. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronx football action with 1:13 left here in the ball game. Bronx lead by a touchdown, 27-20 on the range scoreboard. And Ryan, this battle of Titans has lived up to what we thought it would be.
Oh, absolutely.
2 good football teams playing each other. The Bronx on the road. East now brings 4 receivers to the near side. Zawada runs. Now he breaks contain, has a man downfield, and it's incomplete at midfield.
And that was Noah Newman on the coverage that knocked that away.
So it's going to bring up 4th down now for East. 4th down and 8.
We got to do it one more time. Great play by Newman because Zawada did a great job of scrambling and got open and was able to make that attempt.
And now we've got a whistle and a timeout on the field with 1:06 left by East.
East took the timeout.
Yeah, we'll take another timeout. We'll be back with more Bronx football right after this.
At Camco Federal Credit Union, we offer all the banking functions you need with the personal touch you deserve. From our rewards checking and our share certificates to convenient online banking with our mobile app. Whether you need to remote deposit a check, pay a bill, or transfer funds, we make it easy. And when you need to talk to a real person, our friendly team is ready to assist you. Visit one of our branches or call us today at 307-682-6105. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back. Well, it's 4th down and 8 for Cheyenne East with 1:06 left here in the ball game. They have one timeout left, but if they don't get the 4th down here, if they don't get a first down, this one should pretty much be over with. They do have the one timeout, but I think the Broncs would still be able to just take a knee a couple times and end this thing. So 4th and 8, 3 receivers to the far side. Zawada rolls that way, looking downfield, has a man, and it's going to be completed. Enough for the first down out across the 40, and the clock will stop with 1:01 left. A new set of downs for East. Well, they got the play they wanted along the sidelines.
Yep. And you know they're going to keep throwing the ball.
Now they bring 3 to the near side. Zawada, see if he rolls this way. He does. And Haswell. And that one's going to be incomplete. Oh, my goodness, almost intercepted.
It went off of like 4 different guys.
Two different East players had it in their hands. And then the closest Bronc, I think, was that Keegan?
Yeah,
again,
Keegan made the dive for it. Just couldn't get it.
So 2nd and 10 now with 56 seconds left. And this has been the longest 2 minutes, boy.
Great football game.
Zawada likes to throw on the move. 5 receivers now. Actually, they keep one in. Zawada looks right down the middle. They have a man. It's going to be caught. It's going to be shy of the first down. Oh, no, they say it hit the...
incomplete.
They say it hit the ground. They say it hit the ground at the 49-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 10, but that stops the clock with 52 seconds.
I was going to say, that might be a blessing in disguise for Cheyenne East because they would have had to get up to the ball. It wasn't enough for a first down.
Right.
So they would have had to burn their last timeout or spike it and make it 4th down.
So now the clock is stopped. They can get the play call they want on 3rd down and 10. See what the Bronc defense does here. Zawada, now he's going to roll to the near side. And they double team. They do have a man, and it's incomplete off the hands of the guy who caught the last touchdown. That's McCord. He had to jump for it, but
I thought Zawada might just turn that upfield and run with it. He had a pretty good lane.
Well, because once he got past, Haswell was double teamed on the outside. Once he broke that containment there, he did have some room to run, but he threw the ball. 4th and 10 now with 47 seconds left.
And this will be the ball game. If they don't get it.
The signals come in. And now East is going to burn their final timeout on this 4th down play. We'll keep it right here as well. They haven't been able to get downfield much, but this might be a time when you would...
throw it deep.
You've got to get 10 yards. You know, maybe you would hope for a pass interference call or something,
Sure.
If you do throw it deep. Let's see what kind of pressure the Bronc defense. They've only gotten to Zawada a time or two tonight. Not really sacks, just stacking him up about the line of scrimmage. He's pretty elusive.
Yeah.
And if he breaks contain, he could run for the first down as well. 27-20, Broncs leading here on the range scoreboard. 47 seconds left. East now out of timeouts as we come right down to the end here. It's been one heck of a ball game. Both teams with one turnover. They've been both here late in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
After the Broncs turned it over on downs by a iffy spot by the officials, Gage Rogers intercepted Zawada along the far sidelines. And on the very next play on first down, Breck Reed was lined up in the Wildcat. He fumbled the snap, and it was recovered by East. So here we go. 3 receivers to the near side. Zawada breaks contain, and he's going to fall, and it's going to fall incomplete. And that's it. The Broncs are going to take over.
Who was it? That was Braxton Crow.
Braxton got his big mitts on Zawada. Zawada had to try to get rid of it. He threw it away. But the Bronx offense will come back out and take one knee. And this ball game is going to end. The Bronx are going to win their 47th consecutive game.
And this wasn't easy by any means, and we knew it wouldn't be.
And we know that we're probably going to see this. we really do have the opportunity to probably see this team again.
Oh, yeah.
Later on in the playoffs. So, obviously, they haven't played Natrona yet. Natrona's a decent football team. The Bronx are in victory formation, and they are going to get away with this victory. They take the knee. And that is going to do it. The clock will run out.
The Bronx play spoiler on homecoming night here in Cheyenne.
And what a battle.
Oh, what a great game. Both teams left it all out on the field.
Are they saying the Bronx are going to have to snap it one more time?
Yeah, because there was 43 seconds on the clock.
All right, so there it is, 18 seconds, and now they do not have to take another snap. And this game is going to come to an end. We'll Make sure you stick around. I want to hear what head coach Jeff Maui has to say on the post-game show. I know he'll be excited for the kids. Obviously, they played their hearts out tonight, and they win this thing 27-20 and win their 47th consecutive game. And, Ryan, they're going to now stretch this past the 4-year mark since their last loss, because their last loss came on September 24th, and so the Bronx will their next game is it'll be the 25th next week, right? They play Cheyenne, or they play at Casper Kelly Walsh next Friday night on the 26th. So it will now push past the 4 years since they last lost a football game, and East plays Natrona next week. So. That should be a really good football game as well.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at how this game scored, all the scoring, and we'll wait and hear from head coach Jeff Maui. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Building or remodeling your home or commercial space can be overwhelming.
With so many decisions to make, choosing the right contractor matters.
At North Country Construction, we believe you deserve a team you can trust.
From initial planning and site work to concrete and final touches, we handle the entire process with a decade of quality in the Sheridan area that speaks for itself.
When only the best will do, call North Country Construction, 307-461-2896.
307-461-2896.
At One Health in Sheridan, everybody has access to quality health care, not just those who make a lot of money. Dedicated providers offer top-notch dental care, primary care, and behavioral health services to everyone in your family, all the way from junior to grandma. And because of our sliding fee scale, you don't have to ignore that needed checkup any longer. Learn more at onechc.org/Sheridan.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey moms and dads, you're teaching us stuff every day, even when you don't mean to. Pretty soon, we'll think we know everything, but at least for now, we think you do. But even we know that it's not okay to text and drive, because when you're texting, you're not driving. Pretty soon, we'll be the ones driving, and you're going to want us to be safe. But we're going to remember what you show us more than what you tell us. So put your seatbelt on and turn your cell phone off.
Paid for by YDOT.
They'll tell you nobody sells campers cheaper than them. Let me tell you, they're wrong. We do.
Midway RV in Sheridan has new campers at the lowest prices in the country. Units won't last at these prices. Limited floor plans available, trade-ins welcome, financing ready. Midway has a floor plan for you. Hit the mountain road or back road for less. Stop by our newest showroom on Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan. Visit midwaycampers.com. Lowest prices in the country, right at your fingertips.
Big news, Radio Inc. magazine has named our own general manager, Bob Grammons, to the list of the top managers in radio for 2025. Bob has dedicated more than 40 years to the radio profession, including 19 years leading Sheridan Media with growth, innovation, and commitment to serving our community. Congratulations, Bob, and thank you for making Sheridan Media a trusted voice in our community every day.
Here's a great idea for lunch at Farmers Co-op. Call it the Build Your Own Sampler Platter. I couldn't make up my mind, so I walked up to the deli window and ordered all three, gizzards, mushrooms, and some matzo sticks. It was awesome. You can do the same thing with mini tacos and chicken strips or wings. Heck, mix and match anything you want. Lunch can be pretty cool at Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium. Well, number 1 against number 2 in the state of Wyoming in Class 4A lived up to its billing as the Broncs hold on and win this thing 27-20 over the number 2 ranked East T-Birds, Ryan. And the Broncs pretty much, you know, they were never behind. Well, they were behind 3-0 in this ball game. They came out and they hit a big one to make it 7-3. But after that, they were never behind. But they gave East several opportunities to do what they like to do, and really it was one of those nights where you felt like they were in control until they weren't.
Right. No, 2 evenly matched teams.
Yep.
Just both teams left it all out on the field tonight. You can say there were some bad calls by the officials, but bottom line, what a great football game.
Yep. They both played well. The quarterback play from both teams pretty good. The running back play from both teams very good. Beck Haswell made a couple really good plays for the Broncs. Breck Reed broke a couple that put him in the end zone a couple different times. And
Keegan Rager was a workhorse.
Keegan was the workhorse tonight. So as we take a look at how things did go tonight, it was Cheyenne getting on the board first at the 7:15 mark of the first quarter as Blake Newc kicked a field goal from 32 yards out to make it 3-0. The Broncs got the ball on their first possession. They were 3 and out, and really the defense was on the field the majority of that first quarter. But late in that first quarter, the Broncs did get a stop and got the ball back. After a punt, the Broncs got the ball at the 23-yard line. On the very first play from scrimmage, Haswell hit Breck Reed on a 77-yard touchdown pass. Greer's kick was good, and the Broncs led 7-3 with 54 seconds left.
Yeah. We saw Beck throw it last week from 49, and so they did it again. Great play call.
In the second quarter, the Broncs got the ball back with 7:11 left, and Andrew Adams found Breck Reed, and Breck, it wasn't a big time throw, but he completed the pass, and then Breck just kind of outran the defense and got in the end zone for the 41-yard touchdown. William Greer's kick was good. The Broncs led 14-3 until at the very last play of the first half, East had driven down and got a 27-yard field goal as time expired, and the Broncs went into halftime with a 14-6 lead. In the third quarter, the Broncs kept the ball. They got the ball to start that third quarter, and they kept it almost 7 minutes. They got the ball at the 15-yard line after kind of I don't know if it was a miscue on the kickoff or whatever it was, but the Broncs got it at the 15-yard line, and they kept it for almost 7 minutes, and Beck Haswell ran in from 1 yard out. The kick was blocked, and then we were back to being within a 2-touchdown ball game, and the Broncs led 20-6. Later on in that third quarter, Zawada found Brown on a 33-yard touchdown pass. The kick was good, and by Newc, and that was at the 1:17 mark, and it was 20-13 in favor of the Broncs as we went to the fourth quarter. To start the fourth quarter, the Broncs had the ball again, and they kept it all the way down to the 6:40 mark of that fourth quarter. And Beck Haswell, again, a long sustained drive by the Broncs, 1-yard touchdown run. Greer's kick was good that time, and it made it 27-13. East got the ball right back. They drove right down the field without much pressure from the Bronc defense and got a 10-yard pass play from Zawada to McCord. The kick was good, and it was 27-20. Then Ryan, after that, there was no more scoring, but the Broncs got stopped on fourth down. Then they threw an interception. Gage Rogers had the interception, and then we turned the ball over on the very next play.
Yeah.
And
Breck Reed put it on the ground, and then it just kind of went back and forth.
And then the Broncs got a fourth down stop on East with just a minute left, just about under a minute left, about 40-some seconds left, and they win this thing 27-20 to win their 47th consecutive ball game. We're going to take another quick timeout. When we come back, we will have head coach Jeff Mowry here on the postgame show. You're listening to Bronc football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
This is the First Federal Postgame Show. We'll be back to wrap up tonight's game right after this from First Federal.
Since 1935, Bank and Trust has been a cornerstone of Sheridan.
And to celebrate 90 years of community commitment, we're donating $90,000 to 10 nonprofit organizations in Sheridan. Each month through November, we'll honor our legacy of community support by investing in a local.
This month, First Federal will award $9,000 to the Child Development Center.
90 years, $90,000. Community commitment at its finest. Visit efirstfederal.bank, member FDIC.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East Street.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Oakey Blanchard Stadium here on the First Federal Bank and Trust post-game show. And the Broncs, again, win this thing 27-20, their 47th consecutive win. 4 full years now it will be since their last loss. By the time we play next week, it'll go over that 4-year mark. And head coach Jeff Mowry joins us now here on the post-game show. And Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Hey, thanks. That was a good one. That was an entertaining game for 4 quarters.
It was, sure. And just a battle of two Titans, two really, really good football teams that kind of, gave a blow and a blow and a blow, and it just kind of went back and forth.
It was. They came out and did a really good job of really controlling the clock in the first half. They had they've been going some tempo, and we'd practiced some tempo stuff to be ready for it, and they kind of did the opposite of that. They wanted to run the ball, control the ball, and run the clock. And their first drive, we ended up stopping them with a field goal, but they ate up a lot of clock, and man, they did a good job moving down the field. And so I thought our defense in the first half really did a pretty good job of keeping the ball in front, and we only gave up 6 points. And offensively, I think we probably only had two first downs in that first half. We had a couple big plays and got to do a better job of sustaining drives in that first half, but then we came out in the third quarter and were able to do that.
Well, in that first quarter, the Broncs, obviously you went 3 and out on your first series, and then they got a couple more first downs before they ended up having to punt the ball away. Yep. And then you score quickly on the first play on a 77-yard pass for the touchdown, and so your defense was on the field the majority of the first quarter.
Yeah, it really was, and they did a good job, but it's a lot of time to be out there, and anytime you can do that, you saw the Pokes have to do that against the Utes last week, and we were out there for a lot of time, and so I challenged the guys at halftime, especially our offense, to go out and sustain some drives, and I think our drive there at the beginning of the third quarter was maybe around 15 plays, and so that ate up quite a bit of the quarter, and we were able to run the ball effectively, and I thought that one there, and the next drive we ended up getting some points on were very, very critical in the second half.
Well, I thought that was the key to the ball game. That second half, you guys kind of did what they did to us in the first half. You sustained long drives, just methodical, picking up first down after first down, and you were able to score points out of those.
Yep.
That's kind of what we talked about in the pregame show. Is if you're going to sustain long drives, you got to get points out of it.
Yeah, and those were huge. Especially that first one right out of the third quarter. And we like to receive and didn't have that opportunity at the beginning of the game. Played defense first, got a good stop, and then if we don't receive the ball, we've got to go win the possession on the first drive of the third quarter, and we did that and had a good drive and finished with a touchdown. So I thought that was really a huge time in the game.
Linebackers, I thought, did a really good job tonight. We had talked about earlier this week about their offensive line being really big and physical, but they didn't get to the second level real well. And so our linebackers kind of took advantage of that tonight, and they were able to stop a pretty potent running attack. They threw the ball more tonight than they normally do.
They did. Their little pass game was really effective. They got into a lot of we call them quads, four receivers on one side of the ball, and they were very effective in that. And that's something we hadn't practiced a ton against. We hadn't seen them do that a lot in previous games, but they must have saw some type of weakness they thought they could take advantage of, and they did. And, we really didn't give up too many big plays, a couple big plays that we've got to limit, but for the most part, we kept it in front of us. And when we made them drive the field, with a couple field goals and when a touchdown, that's really not too bad.
Well, we talked about not a lot of big plays. They did score on the 133-yard play, but your guys were both right there. They just kind of missed the tackle, and he ran in for the touchdown. So they were in the right position, just didn't make the tackles. You got to be happy with, obviously, 2 trips to Cheyenne this year. Those are long road trips. So we still have one more ahead of us to go to Rock Springs. But for them to come down, go to school first hour today. I mean, it's not even a day where you get the whole day off from school. So go to first hour, jump on the bus, come down here, and play a really good football team. You got to be happy with the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can come to Cheyenne East and get a win is a great thing. That's a very good football team. They're very well coached, and that's what a 1-2 matchup should look like. And our guys continued to battle. Big pick at the end by Gage Rogers when they get the ball back when we didn't quite convert on the fourth down, and then our defense really did a good job of just finishing and keeping the ball in front of them in that last drive.
Well, again, just kudos to the Broncs. They continue to learn. They continue to get better, and you guys get another opportunity to go back to work this next week and get ready for an improved Kelly Walsh football team.
Absolutely. Kelly Walsh is a much better team than they were a few years ago, and they've got the athletes to get out there and get it done, and so we've got to be disciplined. And the thing like this is Cheyenne East will chalk this up, and they'll put us on a measuring stick, and they're going to come after us. They're going to say we're going to get better every single day, and that's the challenge for us. Can we continue to get better every single day? Because I know Cheyenne East is going to try to do that, and we've got to continue to stay ahead of them because it wasn't a very big margin tonight, and we've got to continue to grow so we can be there where we want to be at the end of the season.
Well, they're thinking that hopefully they get another shot at you sometime in November at the field at War Memorial Stadium. So, again, congratulations. Again, you guys just continue to do great things, and the kids just respond, and it's awesome to be a part of.
Yeah, it's a fun group of guys, a fun group of coaches to work with, and I like coming to practice and getting on a bus with these guys once a week. It's a good crew, and I really enjoy it.
Well, thanks, Coach, and get after it next week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks.
Head coach Jeff Mowry here on the post-game show again. The Broncs win this thing 27-20, their 47th consecutive win, and they're just going to try to keep this thing rolling along. We will be back with you next Friday. It will be at Casper Kelly Walsh High School. New turf on the field at Kelly Walsh. They got rid of their grass field finally, so we'll get to see the new turf, and 2 weeks on the road in a row for the Broncs. But they win it again tonight, 27-20. That's going to wrap it up. I'm Shane Parker for Ryan Parker. Thanks for listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9